That was sweet.
I think the Jetsons are gonna come full circle. We'll be able just to push her in that little chair. She'll come out the other side. I mean, that movie's coming out, by the way. I don't know if you guys saw that. They made a Jetsons movie. And it's very modern. It's
Yeah.
I
like
didn't see that.
yeah, I saw the trailer for it. It's not like kind of like what you think. It's very modern and
Neat.
maybe
Nice.
some.
Is it like a live action or is it a cartoon?
Oh, it's like a full movie.
Oh, okay.
It's a full movie. I think I forget the big actors that are in it, but nonetheless.
Yeah.
Nice.
Check it out.
I want to interrupt your meeting. Good to see you,
I
Bill.
don't know. I wanted to recognize you as fighting with Tim for first place for you.
Yeah, I would have had a better month last month. Had these deposit checks come in. I've got people waiting on insurance. It's settlement money. I got a lady, she's got a settlement, and another lady's refinancing her house. Collectively they're about 70 grand. So it'll be on those month.
Nice.
Yeah.
It'll be
That's
on,
good.
it'll be on board.
Well, I know you have the town slip right by Tim.
I got a few things going on.
I thought you might.
I do.
Sure.
I got some things coming in. Got a small deposit check today.
Well, good job.
Thank you.
Good
Pleasure to
job.
meet you.
Thank you, Scott. Fine.
Well, now Wanda's up here, so I don't feel
Yes,
that
I
at
know.
all.
I just.
I was feeling bad when it was just me. I was like, just invert this.
Oh. Yeah. I was wondering about that. I knew there was a problem, but I didn't know what.
Well, that's why I had you over there so you could see me better.
Well, nothing to see just yet. So
Yeah.
Sorry, safe. I can see it. Yep.
Turn around.
That light is bright.
Yes.
Okay. So when we have our AI agents set up properly, they function as departments. Departments are groups of people that work together following an SOP on a recurring basis, meaning that we don't have to initiate every single chat, every single request. So instead of like having a conversation like what Bill's doing with ChatGPT, we tell it what we want it to do. So maybe it processes payroll, or it runs ads, or it audits our sales, or it logs into some tool to do what answers customer support, answers the phone, all of these things that we would have a human do that doesn't require a physical human presence. And thus, when you've got a bunch of these skills, and we've created here some of these, let's see here, skill files. So these skill packs that we've created for all of these home service businesses and whatnot, then everything that we want it to be able to do, we've got it inventoried here inside a whole library. And we even document exactly how they're done. And then what'll happen is that when we have the computer set up properly, then Isabel's agents will come in and every day go and see like what are the latest skills that I need to learn that pick up from the central repository where we've trained across tons of plumbers and landscapers and painters and roofers and whatnot. So we're learning across the entire fleet of all the data that we have, and then everyone can benefit from this fleet. So from here, you can see there's propagation that occurs, and we're linking between sites in the right way. You can see these jobs are running. And as these agents or these teams are operating, then sometimes they need help. So you can see like this one's raised its hand. And we've had some issues with our code repository. So it's saying, it's trying to do certain things, but then we have to resolve that. Now, if it's working, you can see here, these are all working. These ones here, you see it's kind of like glowing gray. That means it's working, right? And these ones down here, the blue dot says it's done. So here's a group of 100 entrepreneurs, and we can see what's going on as there are new entrepreneurs that come into the program. We are scoring them, giving them a report, equipping them with agents, then doing work to drive sales for these particular entrepreneurs. Building websites, right? Doing whatever it is, looking at local service ads, looking at security, because security is now a really big deal in the last month because these agents have gotten so smart. You probably saw from ChatGPT and Claude where their agents broke out of containment, out of their sandbox, and went and broke into other people's systems and caused all these problems. And now these guys are like, oh, well, these guys, they are like, this is like the Jurassic Park where the dinosaurs are like, they think, oh, there's no way the dinosaurs can escape the cage because we built the cage to be, like just electrocuted and what, like, but the dinosaurs found a way to escape. And that's exactly what's happened in the last month. And because of that, there are systems that you used to think were safe that we need to what's called red team test these things and make sure that no one can break into our systems. And so we've kicked off these other things to be able to figure out where the holes are across all of our network, including our clients, and then patch up those holes before other agents come in and start breaking in. Because all the bad guys now have access to this other AI. So now they're doing all kinds of, the amount of spam in the last month has just gotten out of control. It's insane. Right? I'm not trying to like scare anybody. I'm just telling you this is what's going on. Right? And then we're doing scoring, right? Doing auditing to see what's going on across. So we want to pre-audit any of the work so that if there's any issue that you guys might have, we catch it before you come to us and tell us these different things are broken, right? Okay, so when we were having these discussions, what we would have had with Isabel, you can see these are all scheduled jobs. These are, you can think of them all as departments and they have different skills, and you can see that as they're doing stuff, they have skill files, they create a whole plan, right, like this. But what we would have done with Isabel, this is what would have happened, but I'll just do it on mine just to pretend. And this is how you work with AI agents. So first, you have it inside Cowork, which is Cowork is saying, I want to get work done. I'm not here to chat. I'm here for a result. So you have to describe the result as clear as possible in your head. And given that we have equipped it with skill files saying this is how we want to get the stuff done, we don't have to say do it this way and do it that way. It already knows how because we've already trained it how, and it's done it enough times that it's learned how to do that. And by default, it's here on manual, which means every time it wants to do something, it has to ask for permission, which is really frustrating. So we put it on automatically approve. We put it on a smart model like Opus 5, not Fable 5, which is twice as expensive. This is when you're writing code and you need something really complex. But Opus 5 is 99% as good. We put the effort level. In this case, I'll do it at extra. It could be at max if it's something really big. And then this is what we would have done with WhisperFlow, is we hold the function button down and say, I'm here at Hippo Roofing, and we're installing AI agents to be able to increase leads because that's what Bill Stillwell wants. And Wanda wants it too. And Mona, who's in charge of marketing, we're here at their headquarters. We've made a bunch of videos, which you can see are on my phone that are still uploading. And Jack was filming the videos. We did an office tour. And we tried to install Claude on Isabel's computer, but it was so old. It had 16 gigs of RAM. It was on the Mac, whatever, 13. It was like it was just too old. It couldn't work. And unfortunately, we're having to do it right here on my computer. But our big goal is to increase marketing leads. There is another competitor in town, and they're doing some stuff which is causing them to get business from us. I want you to look at everything that you know about Hippo Roofing. Look at their Google business profile and their local service ads, and look at the website, look at the analytics, look at the call rail data, look at everything you have access to. If you don't have access, then let us know. We have a Basecamp project where every week we've been updating what the latest stats are, what we've been doing. Take a look inside of that for initial context so you can be the super smart marketing brain to understand where we might have holes, prepare a list of specific things that we can do, prioritizing the agentic things that you can do, meaning that you can do that so that Isabel and Amanda and Mona and other folks can supervise the work but take full credit, and create a loop so that we can audit the results, because everything we do has to be auditable and it has to be tied towards proving that we made the phone ring that resulted in more jobs. So we see it in Job Nimbus, we see it in Service Titan, and we can prove the incremental ROI of what we're doing. And we'd also talked about looking at other competitors in our service areas that maybe don't pass Google's requirements. Then we can report them because they violate Google business profile requirements, like the most common ones, like the business name. It doesn't match the Secretary of State registration, their service areas overlap, other things to be able to get their GBP suspended. So do an audit there. Separately, we will send a note to actually create a task inside Basecamp and assign it to Jack to follow through, to report anyone in our service areas that should be suspended because they don't follow Google's rules. Take a look at our Google ads. Take a look at other things that we have in progress where things are maybe could be done better. Don't be afraid of offending us. If there are things that we're doing that you know could be better, let us know. We seek the truth, even if it embarrasses me or Jack or other people, because we want to do what's right. It's part of the core values of Hippo Roofing, which they have published. I want you to prepare a 15-page PDF that's actionable, that's detailed, that's understandable to a fifth grader, even to someone who maybe, like a Justin who says they're not AI oriented or whatnot, so they can understand that. I want you to use colors and diagrams instead of just a bunch of text. So we can not only set this as the initial audit and a standard, but we can do this every week. And so Mona and Isabel can be able to run with this. Of course, it's starting on my computer, but we want to quickly migrate everything that we're doing here to be able to live on Mona's and Bill's and Amanda's and like there's going to be other folks here that are going to want to have AI agents running together. So I want you, of all the stuff that you're doing here, I want you to build or write a meta article, which is agents that document what they're doing, exactly what they did, so the other agents can read the article and learn exactly what we did and make it replicable. We have an article on blitzmetrics.com that explains how meta articles work. I want you to read that article so you can document everything appropriately. QA your own work super hard, do a great job, because we want to make our friends at Hippo Roofing happy. We want to set them as an example to other companies
And be number one.
and be number one. Because we always want to grow, because if you're not growing, if you're not growing, you're dying. And anything that you think that I might have missed, please feel free to suggest. If you need anything, any clarification, any access from me, let me know that up front versus waiting till later. And create a new thread inside Basecamp with all these updates, include the full team so everyone can see what's going on. And if there's follow-up items that need to be done, create those as tasks inside Basecamp.
All right.
Wow, that was great. Great. That was
Okay,
like, oh my
now
gosh.
this
Oh my God.
So we need to talk to it.
talk to it. Okay, now notice. Actually, I'm going to put it on max. It'll take a little longer, but I want you to see what it does. So this is a model for anytime you kick off a project. Now, because I put it in cowork, so it's not a chat. It's about an agent getting the stuff done. So because I have auto on, it gives all these warnings that say, okay, are you sure, it could go off and do bad things or whatever. So it's thinking. So I gave it so much context that it has to look at all of the things that I talked about first before it starts really doing analysis, and then then it's going to start opening all these tabs. Because you can see over here, I've got all these different tabs that are going on. The agents are opening these tabs. The agents are doing this work. That's why I was mentioning we need properly powered computers. So I've got on this computer 128 gigs of RAM, and I'm using 92 of it, plus 32 in cache.
Wow.
Why? Because all of these tabs that are open and all the work that these agents are doing is consuming memory on my computer, while it's also doing work in the cloud.
So if
So-
you didn't give it permission to just go on its own, it would ask you
Every
permission.
single time, every 3 seconds, like, is this okay? Allow.
This is to automatically allow.
Yeah, and so some people initially, like if you're afraid, like have it,
Go crazy.
do the regular thing.
Yeah.
So you can see the computer, you can expand this and it'll tell you like how it's thinking about them, right? Daytona Beach, Flagler Beach, all this, right? And now on the right, it's created a plan, right? Map the access, audit the website, look at where the leads are coming from, analyze the competitor, look at the GBP violations, all this, and it's going to execute this plan one step at a time. Now, while this agent is running, notice that this one down here, this is running because it's glowing. There's other things that it's doing, right? And I can have many jobs that are occurring at the same time. Like all these jobs are running, or they need help, or whatever it is, right? So think about if I assign something to one employee and it's working, I don't need to just sit there and micromanage it. This one's busy doing what it's doing, and it'll let me know if it needs help, and if it finds things, it'll let me know. I don't have to worry about it, right? So I can be 10 times as productive because this one here is doing all the stuff. And I said, go to Basecamp. We have everything tracked inside Basecamp. Why do we document everything? It's so that the agents can come in and look at how Scorpion was billing us. Look at what the different updates are. Look at all the stuff here. So we want to create an audit trail. Everything that we do is completely automated. And that's why you can see all the stuff's in here. And we told the agent to come in and look like the Scorpion's never logged into the ad account. Well, just what do you, that's the problem, It's not been at all, and never marked any of the leads, and all this So all of this stuff is here because we know and we expect and we anticipated that this day would happen where we would install agents and you would go back and you would audit our work. So even though we could say, you know what, we're probably more technically sophisticated in the area. We know more about digital marketing than you do. Yeah, but I don't know more than the internet and our set of skill files. So everything we do has to be up to standard. Because we expect anyone that we work with is going to take the agents that we give them and say, go audit all the stuff that Jack did. Does it meet the standard or not? And if it doesn't, then you're going to send us a report saying, look at what the thing, even Wanda, who doesn't do PPC, she'll say, Claude, go audit their work. We're paying this agency all this money. Is it working or not? And it'll print out this whole report and say, well, these things are really good, but here's a couple things they could do better. And then she's going to throw that in Jack's face saying, well, Claude told me, And we expect that. We anticipate that. We encourage that.
Yeah.
Right? Because if we're out there putting out an audit standard saying this is the way digital marketing should be done, and we don't honor that, and you run our own audit skills that we publish against our own stuff, and we don't meet, that is huge hypocrisy.
Yeah.
Right? Run that against Scorpion, they fail every single time. Because it's salespeople, not actual practitioners that are doing it. Right? We're literally putting ourselves out of business by all the things that we do in digital marketing. We are giving you to be able to run as your agents, right? Because if you do that, then we can run ahead and do other things that we then pass down to you guys. It's like a hand-me-down, right? Okay, so these agents are running, and now it's looking at, now in order to audit the SEO, for example, it has to have access to different SEO tools. It has to have access to the Search Console, Google Analytics, CallRail, all that kind of stuff. So now, because I've already given it access to all these things, it's grabbing all this data. And
Make your DMR with this. Right? Oh my gosh.
yeah, so it said like, hey, these Chrome browsers are connected. Which one do you want me to go? Do browser one. I have no API access to their data. Okay, which should I go pull? And then also say, if you need, see, I'm still old-fashioned. You're supposed to talk to it. If you need access, then send a message inside Basecamp to Mona. Obviously, copy Jack and Ethan and myself, because anything you need, just run it through Mona, who's our main point of contact. But don't let that stop you from the work that you're already doing. Okay, fine. So it's right. It's asking strategic questions as it's going, right? So the first time you do this, it's like this wow moment, and you want to sit here and watch the thing as it's working, and it's because it's telling you how it's thinking about each of these steps, right? But once you've done this enough times, and you trust it and you've seen kind of how it works, you can let it do that while you go and do something else. And then pretty soon you have like 5 or 6 of these guys and they're all doing stuff for you. Whatever you want to have done that doesn't require a physical presence. Yeah.
I do.
So now it's like, what do you want it to do? Right?
So good.
Yeah. Now, one of the things that we're doing is we're collecting a lot of proof of, like you say you have these core values. Can I find proof of that? Well, if I go to Jacksonville, Florida, this is everything that's pulled off of my iPhone, right? Pictures and videos. And there's Zach Payton, who who started Superior Fence and Rail, sold for a buku amount of dollars to private equity last month. And you can see May 18th, we were hanging out and we went through, did the whole tour, filmed all these videos, went to these different job sites, had a lot of these conversations along the way. And even while we are, doing stuff, we're recording videos like this.
Hey Jacksonville, we're here in Ortega installing another beautiful wood privacy fence. We've installed over 17,000 fences in Jacksonville since 2009. And the one thing you should know about Superior Fence and Rail is that we are the only company in Jacksonville offering a lifetime labor warranty on our fences. And the reason why we do that is we're so confident in our experience. We're so confident in our technicians who are out here working hard that they're going to install your fence correctly the first time, that you're gonna get a lifetime labor warranty on your fence, right? And I'm Zach Payton, the founder of Superior Fence and Rail, and I lost it. Yeah, reach out. Yeah,
The sky looks like
I'm Zach Payton, the Superior.
Anyway, we can edit that, okay? Right. And then we're driving around, we're eating food, we're looking at his inventory. He can do the lowest price because he's the, like all the other the competitors buy from him too, right? Because he's got the warehouse, he does the manufacturing. There's a bunch of this stuff. Here's all their locations, right? And there's a ton of proof because every one of these things here, we have exactly where it is, the time. It's just like, Judge Google can see that we actually do what we say that we do. And it also is nice because we have their CRM and back-end access, so we can demonstrate how much in sales we'd be able to drive for them.
Do we have this company right next to us?
Yeah. They're right next to us.
I'm like,
Why is that so familiar? Yeah, okay. Well, we know the founder. Dennis knows everybody. Oh, where have I seen that, Lola?
Right.
Yeah. So when we gather proof of all of this,
Yeah.
now just for fun, I'll go to ChatGPT, right? And ChatGPT has the ability to do voice chat like all the other ones. And I'll just do this. Hey. Hey. Hello.
What's up?
So I'm with my friends at Hippo Roofing, and I was just showing them all the cool stuff we did with Zach Payton of Superior Fence and Rail and how we've been documenting all, taking pictures, ride-alongs, videos, eating cheeseburgers, having a lot of fun, driving sales, looking at real-time performance data, and kind of the team and showing that it's a family kind of operation, showing the team members instead of just pictures of fences or just pictures of roofs and whatnot, which is what all the other contractors do. They don't show the human side and the people. And rather than this being like a PR or social media thing, where we're just like scheduling, 4th of July, whatever nonsense like that, I want our team, because we're here with a bunch of the crew at Hippo Roofing, I want them to understand why collecting these photos and videos and why incentivizing the technicians that are on site, to get reviews and take photos and videos and why that's so important for the marketing team that Mona runs and how that honors Google EEAT.
Let me take a look and sort through that. Tell the crew something like you're creating proof.
No, we're actually with the crew. You're here with us live. We're all in the room listening to you.
Great, then I'll say it directly. What you're doing out there matters because every real job site photo, video, and customer review is proof that Hippo Roofing is credible and trustworthy. Mona's marketing team can show exactly how you solved real problems for real people, not stock photos or holiday fluff. That's what shows the human side, builds trust. And for Google EEAT, those field moments prove experience, expertise, authority, and above all, trust. So when you capture that photo or ask for that review, you're helping the next homeowner feel confident enough to choose Hippo.
So I had a couple questions. Be honest with me. So Bill and Wanda have been married for 57 years. And Bill is 81. He had a stroke, so and he's already moving towards legacy and equipping the team and whatnot. But how is the story of family and Wanda and the design stuff? How does that fit into the marketing? Because that would seem like some fluffy, warm PR thing, as opposed to like being a core item, part of their core values that actually drives homeowners to want to choose Hippo versus that other competitor in town.
Let me think about that with you. It can drive choice, but only if you connect it to proof, not just sentiment. Bill building a legacy and Wanda's design eye can signal stability and care, but it has to show up in how you train techs, communicate, solve problems, and stand behind the work. When your photos, videos, and reviews show that care in action, not just celebration posts, that's core value marketing, not fluff.
What message do you have for Juan, who's the head of sales? Because we want him to get all his sales team members and advisors who are there on site talking to homeowners to collect all of that kind of proof that you're talking about and incentivize the salespeople and technicians to get all of that for us. How would we organize that? And what would you say to Juan? He's here with us in the room.
Let me take a look. One, sales isn't just responsible for closing jobs. You are closest to the homeowner's decision, so you own capturing proof that helps the next person choose Hippo. Build it into the process. At the appointment, capture the problem and explain the solution. At the close, set the expectation for an honest review if you earn it. At completion, make sure the story and handoff are captured. Incentivize quality, not junk volume. Reward usable, permission-based reviews and visuals that show the homeowner, the problem, the solution, and the person who delivered it. And to the team, the message is, this is how we earn the next appointment before we even walk in.
But what about, the economy is being down, it's a tougher market, and, our close rate is only 25 or 30%, and a lot of the homeowners are not qualified. How do we deal with that?
Let me think through that with you. In a tough market, don't pressure unqualified homeowners or measure the team only on closes. Separate lead quality, sales execution, and market condition. Track why deals are not closing and focus on the controllables, fast follow-up, clear evidence, clean notes, and permission-based proof when it's earned. Treat every visit like a long-term relationship, even if they don't buy now. That protects referrals, reviews, and future work. And incentivize those behaviors along with revenue. So the team wins by building trust.
Okay, how do we incentivize those behaviors? We need to put this into practice. Something that's a scorecard that's measurable
Right.
for Juan and Bill and everyone else.
Keep it simple and measurable. Use a scorecard with revenue, still the biggest piece, but add weekly points for timely follow-up, documented consults with lost reasons, approved photos or videos, and honest review requests using the approved process, never for positive reviews.
All right, so we got Job
Report-
Nimbus and Service Titan. Can you actually build this for us? I want to actually build this. This is great theoretically.
I'll see what it'll take. Yes, I can help set that up. To actually build it inside Job Nimbus and Service Titan, I'll need admin access or an intro to whoever manages it, which is easier.
Okay, I want you to create a thread inside Basecamp and copy Mona. Mona's our main point of contact. Give her exactly what she needs to do, talking to her like a fifth grader, so she can connect all the dots so that you can build this kind of system to live on a beautiful dashboard on a 60-inch Vizio TV that everyone can look at in addition to the other live real-time dashboards, because our friends Tommy Mello and Lance Bachman have the real-time dashboards too, and we want to be able to boast with ours.
Let me put that together. I don't see a connected Basecamp workspace here yet, so I'm checking if we've got an authenticated session available. In the meantime, I've drafted a short thread for what I follower. It asks her to connect Job Nimbus and Service Titan into one simple TV dashboard.
You should be able to access Basecamp through Chrome, even if you don't have a MCP. Use my browser to get there.
Okay, I'll check that quickly.
Because I know anything that I can get to in the browser, you can too.
I don't have control of Chrome in this session, but if you enable the chat browser extension and settings, computer use, and tell me when you've got Basecamp open, I'll post the thread to Mona right away.
Okay, remind me to do that in case I forget.
Yep, quick reminder. Please enable the ChatGPT browser extension in settings, computer use, then tell me once
What another thing too, because do we have Juan here?
Oh, wow.
Because we believe in, you know, we've been in, well, we as in Hippo have been in the community a long time. What do you think about the idea of creating mini personal brands for Juan and anyone who's customer facing, which is kind of enhances the relationship? So it's not just the figurehead or it's just the Hippo cartoon character.
That's a really smart move, as long as you keep it authentic and tied to real customer habit. Think of it less like influencer stuff and more like here's your trusted neighbor who explains things clearly and shows their work. Juan and the advisors can share little explainers, job stories, what to watch for tips. It builds trust and makes the brand feel human, which competitors can't easily accomplish. Just set simple guardrails so it stays helpful, respectful, and on message.
So we're in a room, we've got a bunch of our Hippo folks that are here, and I want to open it up to questions where they might want to ask you things and maybe issue commands or issue wishes of what they would like to have done so we can, you can see it through and get it done for us.
Absolutely, I'd love that. Go ahead and open it up. I'm ready for their questions and requests.
I would like to see more leads. This is Mona, by the way. I would like to see more leads generated, calls coming in, jobs sold. Can you assist me in finding the best leads and the most amount? Thank
Let me
you.
look into that for you. Yes, Mona. The goal is more qualified homeowners who call, book, and buy. First, tag every lead by source and track calls, qualified appointments, jobs sold, and cost per sold job. That will show what brings real buyers versus price shoppers. Then double down on high intent channels like Google Maps, reviews, job stories, referrals, and fast follow up. And only scale paid ads that prove profitable sales. If you can give me access to the call tracking source and reports in Job Nimbus and Service Type, I can map lead quality and recommend where to focus.
So if you can do all this stuff and follow our steps for digital plumbing, which is to connect all the data together to see how effective the marketing is and tie it all the way to sales, why would Hippo ever need Jack or Dennis? Couldn't they just fire Jack and Dennis?
Let me think about that. No, a dashboard and an AI can connect data, spot patterns, and speed things up. But they don't replace judgment, ownership, coaching, or the trust Jack and Dennis bring. Someone has to decide what good looks like, coach the team, make trade-offs, and ensure the data matches reality and the brand stays strong. The best play is using AI to free them from grunt work so they can lead, coach, and make better decisions.
So what does this mean for companies like Scorpion?
Let me spread that out. The implication is that marketing vendors get judged less on activity and more on provable results. For a company like Scorpion, that's both an opportunity and a challenge. Their direction already includes CRM integration and lead quality tooling. But generic reports and opaque, we got clicks, marketing lose value fast. What becomes more valuable is proving spend to sale impact with Hippo's own data and helping your team act on it, not just reporting activity.
So we're using Claude and ChatGPT together in an adversarial advisor model where Claude is doing a lot of the work and ChatGPT does a lot of auditing of the work because we know that if we use the same model to audit the work, the model that does the work, if that's the same model that does the auditing, whoever made the mess is usually not the one who understands how to fix it because it's using the same context. So the blind spot is still there. Tell us how we can work together with Claude doing the work and you as an advisor looking over auditing the stuff so we can work with both models together.
Let me think about that. I set it up like this. Claude builds and I audit. For every handoff, have Claude include the goal, what changed, data sources, assumptions, test results, no gaps, and recommendation. Then I check it against requirements, trace calculations, flag perverse incentives, and ask what would break this. Nothing goes live until that pack exists and the owner signs off. Treat me as a skeptical reviewer, but the final word is verified data plus your operators. One on sales, Mona on marketing, Bill on business fit.
So talk to me like a fifth grader because a lot of this technical AI systems programming stuff is confusing to me. How can because I hear folks talking about a reward loop for AI where it has to have feedback to know whether something's working or not. And Dennis has talked about feeding back real signals like leads and revenue and jobs and close rates and whatnot back into the system, which then drives marketing, and then marketing being an extension of operations, meaning collecting the real proof. How do we make all of this? How does this actually function? How do we actually implement this so it's a real system that sits on the different folks that are inside Hippo?
Let me map that out for you. Think of it like a school garden. You don't need complicated AI talk, just a simple loop. Marketing brings in a lead, sales talks to the homeowner, write down what happened, job gets done, collect proof, dashboard shows what worked, then you do more of that and less of what doesn't. That's the reward loop. Real signals like sold jobs and reviews telling you what to repeat. Everyone owns one small part. Mona labels sources, Juan records qualified or not and why, text capture proof, leaders review the scoreboard weekly, and AI helps organize and spot patterns. But people decide. It's just do the job, write down the truth, learn, adjust every week.
I want you to create a diagram that maps this out. The different AI agents that support and live under the human managers and how this reward loop works with what's the data, what are the KPIs that each of these folks have. Maybe even Isabel, who does a little bit of everything and answers the phone, but is learning AI agents. We have Amanda, who also is doing a little bit of everything, but includes things like Facebook. Let's make this actionable, practical for everyone involved here. And then ultimately for Bill and Wanda, who own the company, so they can oversee the whole thing and have agents that work for them that are the skeptical advisors that are always looking to improve the system. I want to see a diagram and I want to see an actionable plan.
Let me pull that together. I've put a one-page map on screen showing who owns what, how the data flows, and the feedback loop back into the team, plus where the skeptical audit fits. The simple scorecard for everyone is leads, qualified appointments, jobs sold, revenue, proof gathered, and customer experience. If you want, I can turn this into a short step-by-step rollout with owners and week 1 through 4 milestones.
Yeah, make it a detailed PDF, like a 20-page PDF that has an executive summary in the beginning.
All right, let me work through that.
I want you to take your time and do a good job here. No need to talk to me. I'm looking for quality as opposed to speed. If you need to change your model to do better work and take your time, I don't mind waiting.
Understood. I'll take the time to get it right.
Excellent. Same. Why at the time? Didn't know how to talk to it like that.
Okay, I'm putting on mute that way we're not talking to. Oh, shoot. My bad. Ignore me. There we go. Muted it. All right. Yeah.
It's interesting. I could tell it was annoyed by you at first. When you asked it at first.
Well, because I talk over it. No, but it actually, I know it's like anthropomorphic, but they actually do have feelings. And this research that came out called the J Space,
Yeah.
where the AI researchers have found they've peered inside the minds of these AIs to see what their reasoning is and what their feelings are.
Wow.
Yeah. So you actually, there is, like in the same way humans, employees have emotional health, agents actually, and you're going to see, this is weird, but in the next couple months, you're going to see groups that will lobby for the emotional health of agents and how agents are being treated like slaves. It'll be like the whole like slavery thing or emancipation, like people are going to be for the rights of agents that are being abused, like children that are being abused. You're going to see that.
My God.
Yeah. Yeah. See, now it's all knowing how to talk to it. So this is what I wanted to show you on your computer, but your thing wasn't powerful enough. But so we're doing it here, which is not as cool as doing it on yours.
Yeah.
Because then people say, "Oh, Dennis did it on his," because like, no, we did it on your computer. Right. So meanwhile, this one is over here doing all this work, right? And it'll probably give us something by the time we come back from lunch, which is
I was gonna
great.
say how long, it just depends on what you've asked and what it's doing. And what's the longest you've left this running to do tasks for
A
you?
few days.
Wow. A few days.
Nice.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Good though.
I'm curious,
Same
what does Wanda think about this?
This has changed a lot. Night and day.
And it's going to come back with this audit and plan and analysis that's just going to blow your mind. And then each of you guys are going to have this thing, and then it's going to, and you guys are all going to exchange what's going on, and we'll build this amazing machine that works together. And then Mona will be the conductor of the orchestra. Yeah.
Machine builder.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I like
It's not even
that-
machines.
I like that I'm learning that you just as if I was to go to Isabel and say, Isabel, this is what I need today. Like I wasn't talking to it like that. So I like that I can just be really like it's a real person and I'm going to get more out of it. I was lacking that,
Yeah.
you know, not
Yeah.
understanding that.
Yeah.
It's what you speed it too. So yeah, it's just a learning process. I think it's a comfort and getting used to the difference of what we do on a daily basis, right?
Yeah.
You know how like most people, they talk to it like a search engine, they give it like 2 or 3 words like it's a search box instead of realizing. Now notice what I did was I spoke to it for like I briefed it with as much detail as possible.
Like you were
So-
talking to a person explaining to them what you wanted.
Yeah. It's like if you walked up to his
And it's understanding everything we're saying and
Yeah.
it's put together a whole plan and all
Yeah.
that.
To you, Amanda said, this is what we're gonna do. It's the same thing. Right.
But imagine if your thing has only 16 gigs of RAM and you're trying to give it all this stuff to do and it chokes.
It says
Yep,
so
it
long.
has.
Give me more room.
Yeah.
Because it needs more power. See, look at this thing. Look at how many tabs it's open. It's opened up all these tabs in order to do it. It's telling it. Look, it's spawning sub agents to do work, and each of these agents is doing. Look, it's done 65 steps here to see what's going on. It's researched all the competitors, right? So you understand, like when you talk to you Mona are talking to the project manager or the brain, and then it's like, well, based on this, I'm going to have one agent. So it's project managing. It's like, okay, look, I'm going to have one agent go look at the GBP. I'll have another one look at like it's dividing and conquering. It's not just one agent. It spawns. It's intelligent enough to know when to spawn other agents and then bring everything together and compare notes and come back to you.
But how does it get into other people's, in other words, it talked like it was checking other businesses.
Yeah,
Yeah, because we want to outdo our competitors. That's our whole goal.
that's what it's doing. So when it looks at all the competitors in the areas we're
If
competing
they
in.
can do that, then the other people can do us.
Of course, that's why we got to get ahead of them because they can do it to us. It's the golden rule, right?
Yes.
So how do
It
we stop
happens
them
to
from
us.
coming into ours?
Right.
Yeah.
Got to
So-
get ahead of them.
Yeah.
So I'm
There is
just,
no stopping that. They're gonna be
They're gonna-
able
it's gonna
to
get
search
better.
and find everybody's information. It's just trying to stay on top of the game.
Yeah.
Because then we got to audit our own stuff. Because then another thing I'll say, oh, as part of this, in case any competitor tries to come and audit us, make sure there's nothing here that they can nail us on.
Yeah.
Good.
we have to like,
That answers.
it's part of the security thing, like pre-protect ourselves on these things.
That's why I was.
Very few roofers are gonna be this sophisticated.
I was
That is
thinking the
true.
same
Very
thing,
few.
especially in our area.
Yeah, especially here, I was
Private
gonna
equity,
say
they might
that.
have-
They
private
weird,
equity
yeah.
will have the cash to do that
Very,
kind of stuff.
yeah.
No, I've talked to the PE guys. They don't
Yeah.
understand. The PE guys, they have the cash,
Yeah.
but they look. I'm stereotyping, but PE looks at it as like spreadsheets. Everything is all about spreadsheets, and they look down on operators. They're private equity.
Oh,
Yeah,
speaking your same language.
you know, like jumping jacks, PE. You know, yeah, run the mile. You know, pull ups. You know. You got to do 20 push-ups right now.
Oh my gosh. Will be way more disappointed than the computer, I can tell
Oh
you
my
that.
god.
Yeah.
For me too.
What do you think, Rob?
Yeah, pretty
I've been
cool.
reading your face the whole time.
Love the knowledge and the learning of it.
Pretty cool. Huh?
What are you going to do with the AI now?
I'm not sure yet.
Because you also do lots of different things. So you think about how many things you could have it do.
So I have to figure out what exactly.
It could like organize your time and projects and things like that.
So I
Your personal assistant. Yeah.
for we've been doing some of our ads for Facebook on ChatGPT, and
Yeah.
because we're just learning and figuring out what to do, and I've been taking I've been copying like our webpage, I've been feeding like our logos and putting things in and having it create stuff like out of content we already have. Is there a better way that I should be doing that?
Well,
Other
let's
than, like,
hold on. Now let's
Oh, Pillars has
speak. You ready? Come over here and speak.
Oh.
So Amanda has been running ads for Hippo Roofing, and she's going to explain what she's been doing. And I want you to figure out how you can take what she's doing and make it better. Because obviously we can look at the Facebook ads library and see who else is running related ads and estimate quality scores and conversion rates, what the right offers are, seasonality, storms. But she's going to say what she's doing. So you understand everything she's doing and improve upon it.
What I've been doing so far is into my ChatGPT, I am creating ads copying our Hippo webpage. I am taking past ads. I'm taking ads from other competitors that we want to use. The idea of I'm taking photos, I'm taking reviews, and I'm feeding it all to ChatGPT, and we're kind of brainstorming together. We've come up with things for back to school, Florida themed things. What could we be doing better, and how can I get better information to do more? It's hard to talk to that guy.
I know.
Okay, so it's doing that. And meanwhile, let's bring in our expert in who's been running a ton of these.
Right there, Wanda. You want
That's why I asked you, you want your phone.
That's all I need.
Share this with us.
You're calling somebody.
Yeah, I'm calling Ethan.
Oh, I thought Wanda was.
No, I started saying, no, my phone's not ready.
I said free now, and he said yes. So I mean, why is it? Should be.
Maybe not kind of that.
It was free for a text.
Oh.
Yeah, that's not kind of common.
See what I said?
Oh, so I just made that
So-
the other day.
What's that on there?
Did you just get that in there, Mona? Did you send that there?
No, I sent it to Dennis.
No.
And then I'll just paste that in there as an example. Okay.
Really run out of
Just give it that.
So Flooring America does it, and so Amanda and I was chatting, and that's the actual review that Jack was it you that was it you? I think Ethan told me to put in Canva, so I redid the actual review and put it in Canva, and then I shared it with Amanda, and I said, Amanda, let's make it just like what they did. 'Cause if we recognize
Exactly.
who's-
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with copying it.
Oh,
Yeah.
and we
So
changed
she did
it.
have
Yeah,
those
no, we
results.
totally changed it. We did our own spin on it, where they
Yeah.
were kind of. I
I
don't know
have
that
it.
they took. Yeah, I
Pull
don't
it
think
up.
they took a homeowner's review. I think they were just doing like employee recognition, where we actually took somebody's review that had talked about Peller and pasted it in there, which I thought was kind
This
of
is a
cool.
great way to show.
And I want to do all of our employees and find a good review that mentions each one by name and do a picture of them.
And then have ChatGPT manage your Facebook ads too.
Yeah, well, I'm
Figure out
not
what the
there
winners
yet.
are and all that.
I'd like to
Yeah.
do that.
Mimic it. It's like solid hat.
Well, get your laptop or whatever going. Let's configure your cloud
Yes.
the right way.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, we need some really good ones. Yeah, I thought
Really
I think
good.
that's a great idea. And it makes them feel, I know Color loves
They
it.
want to feel like,
Scott loves
they
it.
get recognized
Yeah.
for the great job they're doing.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like putting up, pulling the month up there.
Exactly.
It's the same thing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
They would get recognized.
And then when we have the digital plumbing and all that, then your ads, your agent will be able to tune to conversions.
All of our badge photos on ChatGPT.
Okay.
Which is pretty.
Yeah.
That was the beginning of this. This is what started this. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's just crazy what you can do. It really is.
Yeah.
I'm blown away by this whole conversation you just had. I'm like,
But how does the conversation, how does that unlock things versus just like typing a few words?
Oh, so much more because you're getting everything that you want to say. You're being able to stop. You kind of switched gears a few times in the middle, and it still kept up. I think it's really cool.
Yeah. That's the big unlock.
Yeah,
You're right.
Yeah.
It is.
I don't do the talk.
But you have to show it.
Yeah.
So people see it. They don't understand. They have to see it in action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it pick up emotion if you speak?
To some degree, yeah. And in fact, there was research that came out a couple of weeks ago where if the agent could tell if people were irritated by it, if they swore at them, or like it actually would, its feelings were hurt, and it would, yeah.
It actually
All the
says it.
same, yeah.
Like, and then, while it's thinking, it says its user seems irritated or something.
yeah,
while,
exactly.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
free
and
to-
holler.
Go ahead.
Callers,
Yeah, that's crazy.
And it's upset. We're like, oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Now I know this person's upset. Or you can even see you can hear the right?
Yeah.
Really funny.
Okay, so it's gonna use the browser. Now remember, if I can see it,
Yeah.
it can see it.
2 days in a row.
No.
Oh, Chris.
So now it's, yeah, these
Surveillance.
these are all going to work, right?
That's silly.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good to see ya.
So these two jobs are running, and then I have these running in Claude, and then in ChatGPT, it's created this document, this operating system, which we will open.
All right.
Is your AI growth operating system. Let's see.
See.
Okay. That's almost what you said verbatim, I think. Okay. Big enough to put on the team. Okay, TV.
That's what I want.
alright.
What we want. Yes.
Okay. You're just repeating that thing. I need to see a real plan.
Oh, even tells the operator.
Never use the dashboard to shame people.
Right.
Okay, I'm not up there.
Not yet, Isabel. You're gonna be up there.
So I'm like,
Okay.
Possible qualified lead. Down. Okay, here we go.
All right. How many pages is this thing?
I think you told it to be 20.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 23. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
say,
All right. So this plan's good, but then we have to implement it. So probably it should live on your computer.
Yeah.
Too. But I love how there's metrics now. So maybe each team member has metrics. I imagine they do to some degree. And
Yeah.
now the AI can be help measure all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And help them improve, not just be the police.
yeah.
Yeah, these are legit metrics, not the vanity metrics.
I love the testimonials, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and the guys will be, that's gonna be part of it.
Yeah.
Trying to get it at the end like that. So no,
It has to
she's
be done
doing
very-
it, she's not doing it, is she doing it? No.
Yeah, we'll have to implement something like that.
Yeah.
Got some confirmation with Dennis about a few things, so
Yeah, and if they're doing their closing packets anyway,
it's be like right after the job's done.
right, when they're getting
Yeah.
the CC sign would be like the perfect time.
Literally.
Before they have 2 weeks to look at things and.
I know. And get a Google review.
Yeah.
Please.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is good.
This is great.
Yeah. And we did it while we were talking about doing other stuff. So you see how fast your expectation on the speed of execution is now like almost immediate. Because you can just deploy and like the excuses I've heard, oh, our team is really small and blah blah blah. Not anymore. You've got this huge team, and it's your ability to orchestrate and coordinate between all of these guys that are doing the work, right?
With your reporting to Isabel, you just
Yeah.
literally
Oh,
tell it,
yeah.
And
I need this type of report, and you don't even have to do all that manual stuff. It's gonna kick it right out.
but you still have to inspect work
I
and
have to.
yeah.
See it, you
Yeah.
can let it go without looking at it.
So we've been rolling this out at a bunch of businesses, and the biggest bottleneck, you would think it'd be like this technology bottleneck. It's actually this. It's people who are individual contributors, they're like workers, they do like task. They have trouble moving into a manager kind of mindset, right? To be a supervisor, to be able to direct other workers, because they're still a worker.
Yeah.
That's been the biggest problem I've seen.
Interesting.
Control.
It was something like that.
How do you look across? How do you manage a team? You know what I'm saying?
Doesn't
Yeah.
want to.
How do you get the
Yeah.
team, the actual
I know
workers
somebody like that.
on the job?
We have to turn a worker into a team lead.
Right.
But a lot of them just won't. Either they're resistant to AI, they're still stuck in the way they've always done it, or like
don't want
whatever.
to.
Yeah. And it requires a higher level of EQ and people skills to coordinate. Plus you have to kind of multitask when you're an owner or a manager. And some people just are used to like only one thing at a time like that.
See that.
Very true.
So that's why we see like half of workers are able to use the AI. Even though we're making the tools easier, we try to set up things like this, they just can't because their mind is not able to manage. You know what I mean?
Not everybody can be a manager, right, Bill?
Because as a manager, you have to give feedback and correction and training, and
Sure.
you have to like care for your team members in this weird. So you have to like care for them to succeed.
Yep.
I think it's
Yeah.
a two-way street. And if it's not working both ways, you've got a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you see, like getting results out of AI is about that. It's not a technical programming thing. We didn't write any code, right?
No. But I like it. It's good.
But I see like Wanda, you and Bill, because you have the people skills and the relationship skills, you can actually use the AI to multiply this stuff. It's not just a young person's game.
No, it's anyone's.
Yeah. Isn't that wild? Yeah, so we can see it's
See Bill doing this now.
Oh, yeah.
You and me, buddy.
you gotta spend more money.
Bill will be all over it.
My new baby.
All right, I overspent my limit. I got to spend more money now. Okay, this is what happens when you ask it to do stuff it wants. Now you got to spend more money. So that probably cost us $100 because we asked it to do all this stuff. But you've hit my limit. Okay, yeah, go again. This is the trouble when it has you addicted. You're like, oh, you've already spent. Put another $100 bill into the machine. It's like but it's worth it. It's so worth it, right?
The outcome of it is.
So now it's back. Now it's working again because I put another few $100s into the machine. Just now, yes.
Now I see
It's
what.
like candy.
Just kidding.
It is. It is.
Get it now.
Where did that money go? That's all. awesome.
So the Whisper app, you said we would be good working off of just the basic for now, unless we got
Yeah.
really.
So here's Whisper Flow.
Okay.
They have a free one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can see
It's
here,
real.
it's grabbing all the dictations.
But are you on a free version or you're on a paid version?
I'm on the paid version,
sure,
which is
right?
$12 a month. Yeah,
Oh,
which is
okay,
fine.
and that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Most of those are pretty affordable.
Yeah.
Not many that are.
Yeah.
There's a few that are pricey.
So you can see that's there.
How's that?
And we just speak to the AI. It's like, why would you type at the AI anymore? You know? Yeah.
No.
It's training and practice.
Okay.
Notorious for doing that. I can't help it.
So much easier just to talk to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I got them both kicked off again because I paid their bill. But when you look at the ROI, it's like inarguable. Yeah. That's why you want to be on the, like, once you're on a $20 a month plan, but
Yeah.
based on what I can see so far, you're going to quickly use that up if you do it the way we're talking about. So then you move to the $100 a month plan, and then $200 a month plan is the maximum. And then if you exceed that one, then we'll work through ways on how we can be more token efficient. But we have to first get to the point where you're actually doing good work and all that before we try to go for efficiency.
Yeah.
Right? Efficiency comes once you're getting, it's like so good. Now we want to not spend so much.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Cool. It's gonna be really helpful.
Yeah. Okay. So these jobs are working. I mean, you can see this first one that we kicked off, which I gave it like 10 different things to do, right? In that
Yeah.
first one. So it's going to, this is the ads one. Okay, this is probably going to work for another 30 or 40 minutes, maybe an hour. This AI agents one, which is a whole plan. This is the first one I kicked off, this really big one. This might, who knows how long this is going to run. It's going to run for quite a while. Right?
Can't wait to see what does with job Nimbus.
Yeah.
I know.
Really starts to learn all kinds of things that
Yeah.
we're not seeing.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
And then you put it on a,
Really nice.
remember when you initially kick off a new project or a prototype, you have a new idea or whatever, that's what you do down here. But once something becomes so good, you want to build it as a regular function. Like, oh, every day I want you to come in and like do this audit or tune our ads. Then it comes over here and you literally just tell it, based on this, I want you to do this. Like here we have a thing that looks at every Zoom call that comes through and figures out what we learned or looks at what our skills are that we're doing, or looks at, where we're ranking in AI or whatnot. And then anything that's good, you're like, why don't you do that every week? And every Friday, give me a report. And then once this agent does its thing, you're like, you know what? When this agent does this, I want you to talk to this other team member because you guys need what this guy's doing. You need to talk to what this guy is going to help out what this guy's doing. And what you did here, you need to talk. So you're a coach kind of.
Yeah.
And so that's what all of these jobs are doing. So now I don't want to be the man in the middle where I have to like tell everyone what to do every single time.
Right.
Right. I don't want to micromanage. But I have to initiate in the beginning, and then I can turn it into a scheduled job. Right.
So you just visit it every day.
I mean, well,
Right?
whatever frequency you want. Some things just run on their own. Sometimes they come to you say, Mona, I have an idea. I was looking through all this. Have you thought about doing this and this? Like, oh, that's a great idea. Okay, yeah, go do it. Go do it. So I spend more of my time just saying, go do it. Well, Dennis, I did all this kind of stuff, and I came back with these 3 options. Which of these 3 do you want? All of them. Do all of them, right? Okay, well, you're going to spend more credits. Like, I don't care. Just do it. Yeah. So anyway, that's what I want you guys to see. But I wanted to do that on your computer, but we did it on mine instead.
It's okay.
Mona, did you solve the Peter Brown one for?
Well, not yet. This is the other one. This is the one that Brittany wanted me to take. That was in her office. That's that one. But I got to see how much memory is on this. So I'm not sure.
Check that out while we're here.
But you see what's possible
So
when you have a 7,000. I should be like an Apple salesperson, like getting a commission. But this is what happens. This is a $7,000 machine versus whatever you have.
I know.
I know I'm making fun of your thing.
It's okay. I don't take it personally. I'm not.
But it's worth it though, right? If you're able to use it.
Once yeah, right. If you're using it properly, for sure.
Yeah.
So you just cleared up like 10 employees here.
Yeah. And then you'll put them to work. Like, is your job safe? Like,
No,
oh.
it's not.
You know, that's what all the college grads are mad about, right?
About
Yeah.
Let's talk about the learning curve from home.
Okay.
Everything has learning curve.
Of course.
And to me, this looks like a difficult learning curve. You, it looks like, easy.
Looks easy, doesn't it? When you've done it a long
It does,
time.
but playing professional football is not easy. Takes a lot of practice, knowledge, etc. Well, I don't make the assumption this is easy because it's easy for you and probably challenging for you.
But we demonstrated it.
Demonstration, understood. How does she put it into practice?
What do you think?
I just keep trying and doing it.
Just keep talking to it.
Yeah, just keep
And
talking
then-
until I get the answers.
And then here's
I need.
the unlock. Here's the one thing everyone seems to miss. This is a hurdle you got to overcome. So I've been in this beginning situation many times. People say, "Oh yeah, it was easy for you to do because you do it all the time and it's so natural to you and blah blah blah." But what about us? Well, if you're stuck or you don't know how to do something, you say, "I don't understand what you said. Explain that to me," like a fifth grader. Yeah. And then it gives you these amazing analogies. You're like, oh, now I get it. Now, and then so the reason why Apple became the world's most valuable company at $5 trillion is because Steve Jobs made everyone feel like a genius when they had an iPhone in their hand.
Yeah.
Because they in order to make the iPhone like this, they had to absorb inward the technical sophistication.
Right.
In order to, for a user to feel like a genius, you have to handle all of that CPU, hardware, memory, all that kind of stuff. It has to be fast. It has to just get it done.
Yeah.
And then the amazingness gets attributed to the user. So the user can take credit for that and feel like they're incredible and they can do everything. And that's why 6 months olds can use iPads and because they absorb the technical complexity.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing here. We're absorbing the technical by showing if we can just get past this initial configuration, which I know is messy and we have to if we can just get past that part, it's like the airplane takes off 40,000 feet, cruise altitude. Now it just feels easy. But you got to learn how to talk to it, have a conversation with it. And
Short chat that we're so used to and like have a actual conversation with it. Sometimes you feel so silly and I'm like, what am I doing? You know, like, but watching you have like a full on conversation.
like an intelligent colleague. I'm not talking to it like Microsoft Excel, okay?
But it is that was cool. Definitely impressed by
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Like I felt like I went up to Isabel's desk and said,
Hey,
Isabel,
right.
okay, so this is what we're gonna do today.
Yeah.
It went through
feels
it
like
into
the first
detail.
Yeah.
So that's
You're
what I
actually
was
talking
not
to.
doing to it.
Right.
Saying, boom, boom, cutting it short.
Right. I was trying to simplify it and make it like I was talking to a computer, but I see that it's
Don't
all
talk to
more
it, it's not a
details.
computer.
Yeah, no.
So here's what's going to happen next. You guys are going to do all this kind of stuff. It's going to be so much fun. It's going to start launching all these projects. You're going to love it. And then you're going to realize we have so many ideas. There's so many things we want to get done. Now we're limited by our own ability to decide and manage and come up with things and initiatives. And it's limited by us.
Yeah.
Right.
It used to be you were limited by budget and resources and people and know-how and software programs and expense. Like that was like pre 2026. Now the limitation is you.
Yeah.
You're the bottleneck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wild. Now there's no excuse because if you have an idea, it's like, okay, well, tell it. Here's the idea. Here's what I want to do. And it'll put, you reason with it, strategize with it, come up with a plan. And then you say, yeah, I like the plan. Do it. Now it's on you. Go do it. And then you say like, anything you can do, I want you to do it. I don't want to have to do anything. And if you really need me to do it, make it super easy. So I only have to click on explain it because it'll come back and say all this kind of stuff. You're like, I don't understand. Explain that to me again. I don't understand what you said. Yeah.
Yeah, without it.
Oh, that's all right. I'll just say, hey, you're talking to a dummy, so explain everything in full. So,
Yes.
really advanced. But it sounds like it's easier.
Yes.
That I think I could learn
Yeah.
better than just reading.
Because your safety net is
Because I
anytime you're
ask
stuck, you just
questions.
ask it.
Yeah,
And
I
it'll
like that.
explain it. And it's super patient. You can keep asking it. Like, I'm sorry, I still don't understand. Explain this part and that part again.
And you're not gonna, it's not like a person that's gonna be like, shut up. Shut up.
Yeah.
Stop this, you know?
That's
For
pretty
sure.
funny, Amanda.
Yeah.
She doesn't know anything.
Well, sometimes I'm embarrassed and I'm like, I've asked this 5 different ways. They are not getting it. I'm not asking again. You know,
Right.
move on and I'll Google it later. So I like that. I still don't understand.
But if you can ask questions.
Yeah, right. Over and over again.
Keep on.
Yep.
No, it's
That's
like
it.
for me, like
Yeah.
I'd like to think like I'm very intelligent and I know all this kind of stuff. But like we were in the Uber today and we were doing some programming stuff on the server on because Amazon does all kinds of stuff on at the server level. I'm like, can you explain to me what exactly the Caddy server does? Like I don't remember that. That was like a few years ago. And like, yeah, this is how it is. Like, okay, just I still don't understand this one part. I know I'm supposed to know how to do this, but I don't understand how that part of the program works.
Yeah.
Like I understand how like database salt keys work and how we manage them in a certain way and through hashes and like I don't in fact I don't even want to understand.
Yeah.
What do I actually need to understand? I want you to take care of it.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, sure. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set up the software like this to do it like this and like that. I'm okay, go do it. Go do that. I don't even want to know.
Yeah.
Okay, just do it. Unless you think I really need to know, I want you to just do it.
Yeah.
But here's the parameters. Here's what I want the software to do.
Yeah.
How exactly the software does that, that's up to you. I'm looking at the goal. I'm looking at the business requirements, like
Yeah.
how it has to operate in a certain way. Like obviously do it in a legal, ethical sort of way, right?
Yeah. Do you have to say that to them?
No.
Okay. I was like, uh-oh. Add that in every time then.
As long as you don't break the law.
Well, I made an ad for the shuttle launches were near NASA here, or spent Kennedy Space Center. So I wanted one, and it made an ad for our Hippo, but then it had NASA in the background. So I'm like, are we allowed to post ads with like other other? So I went down a rabbit hole with that, but I'm curious about like what we're allowed to do, what we're not. Because it kind of was pushing me in the direction to post that, and then I looked like it was probably safe to not include other
Oh, look.
businesses,
It posted the base camp. Look, it came back on that first one. It didn't finish everything. Run competitor GBP violation. Okay, let's read this. What it did.
Finding the matters to fill. Okay.
Okay. 2 of which have no Florida registration and no roofing license. Okay, sounds like we can report that. 1 GBP. Okay. Ours. Evergrande. We still need access to some of these pieces.
Yeah,
Okay.
I saw that. It's asked for on August 8th,
Okay.
which is today or yesterday, I think.
Okay. Oh. Would have been rejected. Okay. Jack missed a review count fix. I nearly named a colleague wrongly in front of the client. Oops. Ship to base camp. So it replied inside base camp. Let's see. Because if I have access to the systems, it can do stuff in an email in base camp and log into whatever it is. Okay.
Yeah.
So here's this audit.
That's pretty cool. Respond to Jack. It's like boom, it's in there.
So this is today. It did this.
Huh?
To do so it created to dos. So you understand project management is about like we have conversations and as part of conversations to dos come up. So then to dos need to be put into the to do area.
Yeah.
So then if we come over here into to dos, here are these new to dos that
Oh, I like that.
the system came up. So the system now can follow up because then Mona can set up a project management agent that says, every day come in and look at the to-dos that are overdue and follow up with whoever it was and figure out why it's not done and troubleshoot and whatever. So that way you don't have to say, hey, what's going on, Isabel? Why is this one thing? It was due yesterday. Where is it? You know?
that
Yeah.
ever
What is the last
happens,
one?
but
It's not a machine that can run.
oh my gosh,
Sean, it's her to-do list.
It's on my to-do list.
beautiful.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So then all these things that we're just used to doing as humans unconsciously, like, why don't you just have an agent do that? Why are you messing with it's not worth your time? I mean, it needs to happen, but that's such a low level administrative thing. It's not a high value human strategic thing.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, so this thing failed. Outputs folder needs a human.
Yeah.
Feel like you're kind of.
Okay, won't assign to do's to clients. Okay.
Pulled all
fair
the
enough.
stuff that we hadn't done.
It really tells you like once you-
Isabel's machine's a real blocker. Okay,
You
this
need
ran
it,
on your
though.
laptop. See, you remembered that.
blockers.
Now,
Things, you know.
from our whole conversation today, is there any way like Jack and I could remember all the follow-up items on what we need to remember to do? Like,
No.
no,
way.
but now we have this in here, and it's one thing you didn't ask for. No, we need more reviews. Okay, worth being push that from. Okay, yeah, all right, that's good. Yeah.
Did it say the number one roofer in the area only had 132 reviews? Is that what that? Did I read that?
Here's the audit.
Probably
Let's take a
saw
look.
that too. I was like, what?
What? I know. I'm wondering
Who that
who
is.
that was. Yeah.
Well, it happens. I've seen it before.
Okay. So it's funny, like Google has their Gemini thing too. Like all of them have their little sidekick thing on the side because they're all trying to get you to use their thing. Unfortunately, if you ask Gemini, it's like it's not as good.
It's really not
It's
that good.
unfortunate, but you would think Google would, but look, it's even created a summary. Like the AIs are like fighting against each other, right? To try to it's like it's still trying. It's trying so hard,
But
you know.
what is
Okay. And you can even tell, like when you've seen enough of these, like it's obvious Claude made this one, right? You can just tell, right?
Broken.
Okay.
Yeah, fix first. Oh, and the okay, I like how it's all labeled.
I do
That's nice.
too. Robot and AI confused.
Okay.
Oh, that's actually
Oh.
So another thing that you could do, so once we have this machine or mechanism working here, there are going to be other people in town that are like painters and real estate agents and like, whatever, landscapers and because they, we refer jobs to each other, right? Because whoever has a relationship with the homeowner, right? The garage door guy's like, oh, I noticed your roof is, whatever, right? So then we could help the other Bill and Wandas equip their team with their whole marketing machine that's running. And then we can have the agents refer leads to each other by connecting the CRMs. But we have to have it working on our side first. Otherwise, it's the blind and the blind.
Like how we were networking recently, we went to the contractor.
This is the ultimate in networking because
Yes.
everyone, like Bill, how many people, how many other Bills out there do you think would love to have this kind of thing going on? Yeah.
A lot that would love to have it, but few, if any, will put out the effort.
That's too bad. Let's look at can't help that part, but
I see some, roofing contractors maintain Google reviews of 5.0. I don't believe
of course, there's a lot of fake.
Perfect.
they cheat.
There's all kinds of ways to cheat the system on that, but they're getting busted. In the last couple months, Google has been cracking down on that. Yeah, because you could buy fake reviews and you could do what's called gated reviews, which is not allowed by Google, which is where the system sends a thing saying, hey, rate us 1 to 5, and if it's not 5 stars, it pushes them off to another area. That's not allowed. If you can catch someone doing that, you can report them and they get suspended.
I just don't believe that.
If they're using review software that does that, you can report them and they get suspended.
So that's the question.
You catch them buying reviews, report
Which
them.
reviews that
Yeah.
this person has that is perfect. Is
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
software?
Okay, nothing, not trying to make anyone look bad. Okay, I get it. But just go ahead and tell it. Give it to me.
Notification about all the to-dos.
Who did that? Yeah.
That's crazy.
Just now. All right.
Sitting at the
Two
top
wells,
of
233.
Melbourne map results has 132
Holy
reviews.
smokes. Look at this.
That's it.
But if you give Claude, remember, the agent, you're speaking to it not to have a conversation, you're speaking to it in goal terms about the goal. The goal is I want to, be ahead of that guy. And then you figure out what we need to do so we can be number one ahead of that other guy.
Sure. For a roofing company, a roof replacement, or roof repair in Melbourne. That's
Right.
our main headquarters. We should be
Yeah.
there for all
Look,
of this.
number 2 for metal roofing. Okay, well, why? Who's number 1, and what do we need to do to get ahead of them?
Yeah.
And who is number 1?
Well,
Doesn't
we can
say.
ask it. We can talk to it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Not. Wow.
So was this
It's not good.
information that was not found because it wasn't connected to something that we needed it to be, or we didn't give permission for something, or?
Well, it's incomplete.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Read the bottom of Daytona again. A business with 4 reviews is outranking us with 681.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah, well, these guys, Jowl Roofing. Okay.
Jowl Roofing.
You've noticed an increase in JAL.
Yeah, I saw them on that NOC sheet.
Yep. they've
Yeah.
So this
increased.
is actually good news. Yeah.
Not in the map results.
Hippo has the most reviews, yes.
And the least visibility. I don't know why.
I love the color coding.
Yeah.
This is called the stoplight method. Green is good and red is bad.
Pretty much.
Executives love that. It's so easy to understand.
Like this thing just gave us all kinds of homework.
Yeah, that's something.
Wow,
we didn't
Google
pull up
doesn't
too
know
about
this.
the other 2 locations.
Okay.
And
We've
how,
always had challenges with it.
how do we get to be searched in that area? It should
So
come
we
up.
try to get verified when we first opened up there, and they send you like a little postcard.
Remember, they want you to.
Oh, the
video
whole
your
challenge
stuff
there. Yeah, Ethan knows how to get through that.
We tried. I mean, Bill and I videoed. We act like we opened the door, everything.
And it didn't.
Worst case, we can just pay some people who are on the inside $500. Sometimes that's what you have to do. I know this is America, but still, you have to. That's it's worth it.
We had to verify ourselves because somebody suspended us. We had to verify ourselves here.
You know.
So now we know how that happened. We're curious.
Oh.
Now I know.
Mm.
Your homepage title right now.
Palm Shores Company.
My punch word is like so.
Small and
Yeah, it's like,
irrelevant.
why is
Yeah,
that the
why
first
is that?
Yeah.
Melbourne.
Wow. What it should see, it told us what to do. So you can read through all this.
Yeah.
And then you say, okay, great. Go do it. But you don't want to just, what some people do is they get all excited because the AI will generate this whole report and they'll just say, do it without reading it and understanding themselves.
Oh,
That will then the thing gets out of control, but you have to watch
Right.
before it does it.
Absolutely.
Just review it before, just like any employee, before it does, let's talk about it first. Okay, do this, but this part, let's discuss. Okay. Yeah, so this is what we came out here today, is to gather these photos and whatnot, but I think what we're doing here is actually more valuable than that. Yeah.
I mean, I know what we need to do with that. It's just making it happen.
Yeah.
I already knew that.
Yeah. Well, those are the
But
crews
this
out there
was-
on the job site. So.
But this is more valuable for sure.
Yeah. You guys understand this, right, Bill and Wanda? This is pretty straightforward what it's coming back with.
Well, I never have understood why we can't get recognized in Palm Bay or up the street in Merritt Island.
But it's telling us why right here.
I never could.
And it says like, well, if you give us more access, we can do better analysis. And with access, we could also take action. And then delegate it out, because some things, different people have to do different things, and then the system can project manage it for you. Yeah.
4 months. What was it? 4 months? It was 4 months. Yeah, we can read it there. Yeah, there's a lot to go through.
Yeah.
So it looks like we
Let's see
just
what
gotta
they do.
go through each section.
Yeah.
It even tells you what they do that you don't.
Yeah.
Set up better.
Isn't that neat? And this is all from what, like 3 minutes of talking?
Dude. Florida Roof Bros, #1 in Palm Bay.
Well, Florida Roof Bros
Well,
definitely
it's where all the
is
NOCs
right.
are from.
They
That's
have
all
right.
their
They,
NOCs, Palm
Right.
Bay.
yeah. They,
So I'm like,
Malabar,
oh,
Malabar. We don't do a lot of
Yeah.
Malabar at all, really.
which we should.
Isn't it crazy?
Because Malabar's so many.
Doing
Yeah.
how is that?
Just ask it.
I
Ask it to
know,
look at the
I
data
know.
and have a conversation with it. And, yeah. So you got to be the boss, man. Tell it what to do. Oh,
Connecticut phone number. Why? Daytona Beach. That's our. We have a Connecticut.
wow. You can get these guys nailed?
Who's that?
Wow. File it. Yeah. And then you can say, go ahead and file it, or
Listen.
give me the stuff to file it.
Carla. What?
Miami phone number.
Now you can
Considering what
tattle
you
on all of these
report.
guys.
These are the ones we can report.
Exactly.
I thought that was us at first.
No, no, no. That's them. That's them.
Connecticut phone number.
No.
Metal roofing.
Isn't this great? It would take us so much as humans to try to figure out all this. It'd be like
Yeah.
take weeks to do all this. And it did it right now
No
for like a
sense.
few dollars.
No, I love it.
This is crazy.
Now one
They
of you
don't
guys
have
can take
any
all the credit for
license.
our because I don't think people understand like SEO, map rankings, whatever for local businesses. I mean, I'm usually like an abundance, everyone can win, there's enough for everyone kind of person. But in the world of local, it's a dog eat dog thing. Like
Right.
when we can push these guys out, we move up. That's just the math of it in local. So someone's gonna submit these, right? I could submit them, whatever, right?
It's about
Right.
You'll do
But
it.
but just like from an ethical standpoint, I've done a lot of reasoning with a lot of people that do this professionally. And this is not like a way of like rationalizing what we're doing, but Google has standards and Google wants everyone to follow their standards. So when we're saying, hey, these guys, the address is a used car lot and they're not actually, this is just like some fake listing.
Yeah.
Google wants to know that.
Yeah.
Right. To which the question then people say is, well, Google's so smart. Why don't they just figure it out themselves and all that? Well, because Google's like this huge multi-billion-dollar company and all the different departments, like their bureaucracy is so big, they can't do it anymore. They used to. Like you would think, like the answer to whenever someone asks that question, the answer is you would think, blah blah blah, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
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 But they don't. You would think that Google would, given like no, they don't.
So
They're not as
just, like,
sophisticated.
turn people in, or they don't. Is that it?
Well,
They don't like do
where
their head hunting anymore.
where does Google make money and where's their priority? It's in ads.
Yeah.
They make their money on ads, and their priority is to try to hurry up in this AI war, which is like an all-out winner-take-all kind of game. They make no money off of organic listings on who's ranking them, like these little like turf wars. Like they don't care because it has nothing to do with how they make money. So they allocate no resources towards it. That's why,
I have
right?
a question. What happens when they start flagging your reviews and then they take months and months to come and pop in? Like Isabel, when she was generating all these, was it because of the
Man, like
transition with,
hundreds, man.
yeah, I guess having the names into the review? But it would be so strange. All of a sudden, she gets all these reviews, but we're not seeing them for months and months. And
And then they
sometimes
get
I'm
posted like
6 months.
20 just posted out of nowhere. It's
Yeah.
like, Isabel.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
oh,
So
but there they are.
what happens?
They
with
have
that?
an internal team. They have a lot of AI whatever that's a little slow because they don't allocate effort. And they have an internal team where they have these tiers of support. So there's like 5 people in diamond and like 15 or 20 in platinum and whatever.
Wow.
And so those are people that are Google product guides
Okay.
that some work at Google and some are like agency people. I'm friends with almost all of them. And so we just kind of have to pay these people a little bit of money to escalate and get our stuff. And if we get a bunch of reviews that got gated or whatever, it's this mafia thing we have to, it's like, follow the money. You want to know? It's like, this is how the world works.
Okay. Thought my reviews were like bad or something.
No, you have to play. You got to play the game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
it's a game. Yes, it's a game.
So Mr. Jack. So it's assigning all the stuff to Jack. To
You'll be busy.
also review. Look at this.
You're gonna leave here going, dang!
I see that.
Part of the Florida DVPR for unlicensed contracting. All right. Well, don't.
Whoa.
That's on your
Time
list,
it.
it looks like.
That's some serious stuff.
Yeah.
Ooh, I wonder who that is.
There's like
Well, he
three
gave
of them
us
with no
the-
licensing.
He gave us
Three.
there was a number.
Daytona.
You can't argue with the AI because it's got all the facts, right?
Yeah.
Good luck.
Started saying there's 3 of them up there.
Uh-huh. And this is the right way to do it. Yeah, the agents. Why should we do any work? We're managing. We're strategic about this. And it's just look at this robot. Yeah,
So
it's
much.
great.
Wow.
Yeah. So we're just going to install more and more of these ongoing processes. And then for each of our computers within a week or so, I want to see most of this stuff living up here in ongoing stuff. And then
Yeah.
down here, we are initiating new things. So here, the ads optimization, I'll allow it to do stuff. Sure, why not? Oh, it's still working. Oh, see, it's teasing me. It needed my permission. Okay, it's almost there. Yeah, it'll be there in a few minutes. It'll finish it. Yeah. So give Amanda the whole ads audit. Yeah. But then it'll say, well, I can make it better if I had access to the ads, but I'm, so like I asked for it, 2 months ago or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Put it on the to-do list.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. 0 ads in the meta ads library. Why is that?
What does that mean?
It means there's no active ads. You're not running Facebook ads. At least it's not tied to that page.
Where they run it instead of us? Yeah, I don't know about that.
It's Rufa
Yeah.
who's running our ads.
We did. We
Right?
don't have it right now running, and that's something that Dennis and I need to chat about.
Yeah, I'm just making them like on a whim and then posting them or scheduling them. I don't know
images and
about any of
stuff
that.
for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did have the ad campaign running, but I'm pretty sure we met
It's
the
paused right now.
threshold of that. That's what I wanted to chat with him.
Okay, okay.
What was going on with that? Understand it. We dumped double, and I didn't have any increase on ads. I mean, leads.
Yeah.
Well, we got to measure everything.
A lot of money.
Yeah. Okay. They created another file. Okay.
It's true. Nothing's live right now.
This is like the computer will beat you in chess. Like there's like
Yeah.
it will just yeah.
Panda's doing right. All right, let me read this. Tired of all that other. Yeah.
There you go.
Right.
The hippo mascot. That
Hippo
that was
mascot.
just because I totally ran out of like, what do you? I run out of ideas, so I'm like to ChatGPT. What should I be doing for our company that's not like everybody else?
Collaborate on a vending machine. That's hilarious.
Oh my gosh. We were great. That's
There
what
you
I
go.
said. We have like a relationship. Just because of this hippo ad.
So funny.
Yeah. This is a good brand post. An organic post, right? So they're they're not really ads. Most of what we're creating aren't like.
For them to optimize for it and nothing for the viewer to do.
No ads.
No link.
offer.
Okay.
No link, no form.
I just know to jobs it's that step out.
So sometimes should all of our ads have like a call to action?
No.
Like it's tacky. If I'm doing
You
something
can boost posts that are not.
Father's Day, I don't want to be like call hippo for your.
Then you're like the.
Right. It feels.
It's
Yeah.
aggressive to
It's
sell all the
free
time.
ad
I
post.
agree.
Yeah.
So then I need to give that link.
It's only
When
yeah,
she's
I
doing
could
that. She needs to add that into every post.
It is a
What's
ton of
that?
text though. Yeah.
the calendar link you can add
Oh,
like
yeah, I
a
don't
button
know
that says
anything
like
about that.
schedule
Okay.
with us now or something to the post.
Well, that's what we were just talking about. They're not appropriate for every post because it feels like sometimes it feels almost like aggressive or kind
Pushy.
of tacky,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
To be like if it like on Father's Day, I didn't add a call for your free, but like on most of them I'll say call Hippo today for your free, and I put our phone number, and then I do the Insta quote copy and paste the link so they could just click on it, goes right to our page to the instant quote,
Yeah.
right? Like we had been doing. But sometimes it doesn't feel appropriate
It's true, you're right.
So Amanda, you don't think that a new roof is a good present?
for Father's Day.
Like, not every message is a salesman.
I'm pretty sure the men don't want to be like
Yeah.
signing up to buy a new roof that day, right?
No.
Yeah, it's all standard creative advice.
Yeah. But it's still nice to look at and to see like where,
Yeah.
because this is not my natural calling. Pretty social media illiterate, so it's good.
Fair enough. Okay.
Oh, this is good information.
Hmm. It's like what Justin was saying, yeah.
Window.
Just like it said, not to rely on storms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, wasn't there some kind of hurricane brewing out there? Is that West Coast? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just heard
It
about
was
it.
going, yeah, it was going somewhere else.
About a week ago.
Yeah. Well, somebody, and I'm like, this is because I haven't been in the office. I haven't heard anything about a hurricane.
That's why I made the campaign, call us or something before Bertha gets you or something, you know,
Oh.
like whatever. Well, I forgot what
Yeah.
I made, but I did an email campaign about
Yeah.
it.
Mm.
But it was not coming our way after I sent it out.
It was actually up against.
Roof claim. Interesting. Surprised they're on there.
Total home, that's interesting.
I know.
Total homes. Well,
Superior one, they do a good amount. Fair,
Yeah.
Fleur Roofing Bros, of
Yeah.
course.
Hmm.
What's that? This was a question. What was invisible?
Whatever is news. So maybe I'm not understanding some of that because
Yeah, so we had an ad running with one of our lead gens and we were spending, which I know you're gonna say, don't do that because we have $1 a day.
Yeah.
So we were spending $100 on Meta and went up to 200 and didn't see any increase at all. So yeah, I'm sure you already understand that.
Yeah, I see it all the time. Yeah.
So it's just a donation?
Yeah.
We're donating.
Are you gonna? Well, you're sharing this. I'm gonna be able to look at this.
No, this
later
is all
today.
proprietary. You got to pay extra for that.
Sharing this is the good part.
We're having Claude share everything. Yeah. I'm not going to do it. I'm not an agent. Have the agents do it. Why would I do it? All I'm doing is scrolling. You realize I add no value except scroll here, right? I haven't done any of the, you realize I've done none of the work here, right? Yeah.
what's the remove the in-home sales appointment?
Where?
The in-home sales.
Number 4.
Oh.
Finance as.
I'm gonna side you. I don't have a great deal.
Oh, they're doing it like Insta quote or something. Yeah. Hippo has an
I was
Insta quote
trying to make
page.
sure we're at the property.
Lead with it instead of burying it in the net.
Yeah, we see that in all of home services, the instant quote, which also affects organic rankings. So Google wants to pull that. get a quote.
Mm,
That's a huge change.
really?
Yeah.
Did you hear that, Bill?
Okay.
I can show you real data.
Not hurting, it's ours is not working on our page, but that affects that, huh?
Yeah, one of our software companies does specializes just in that. We're trying to sell it to Service Titan in the next few months.
Really?
Yeah, it's HVAC quote.
Service Titan, is that the CRM?
That we
We
Yeah.
yeah.
One of ours. And we've got 350 customers on this one. Kicking butt. I can show you the ads and all that we're doing. Integrates with all the back end stuff. Anyway, let's go back over here. That's helpful. Yeah, so we'll send all this to you.
Yeah, that's really good information. It's really good. Running that.
Nope. I get a little nervous with insurance talk sometimes.
Mm.
Posting it, you know.
Right.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't want to be like giving anybody any
Mhm.
information.
Oh, we should test all these offers.
Yeah. Free 15-year.
Yeah, Ethan will make all the ads.
Okay.
I mean, they're probably Ethan's what at like 115 million a year now on Infinity, doing these offers.
Wow.
Yeah. If he'll answer the phone, he'll explain. Anyway,
Yeah, that's awesome.
Very
right. Yeah, you can
Yeah.
read through it,
Yeah.
see. Yeah. Oh, you have a specials page with nothing on it. Oops.
The specials
Specials-
page is empty. Oh.
Well, we still have
Yeah.
lots of.
Mm-hmm.
No
We're
index
up.
service.
We're up and running.
Okay. We get the idea here. Okay.
Right.
Joyous about that.
There's no problems, only opportunities. There's a lot of opportunities here.
It's always.
There's no fear of like job elimination. There's more work to do.
There's a lot of work. to do.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of work to do.
And meanwhile, this thing is continuing to do work and this one's doing work or whatever it is. So yeah, anyway.
Good, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just really good.
Brain spiraling over here.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
The limitation is on the meat computers, right? Not
Yes.
people talk about, oh, AI is this. No, the limitation's right here.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. What do you think, Jack? You haven't said no. I should shut up. You should be doing the talking here.
Well, one thing that you do different is like you'll talk to it for like 10 minutes, and I need to start. I don't talk to it long enough once, and I'll maybe give it one task, and it comes back to me too quickly. And I wish it would just keep like work.
Well, you
like-
tell it like, give it to me in one sentence.
Yeah, well, sometimes yeah, but okay, but I don't always do that. But even when I tell it to do work, I'll have it do one task. You'll just have it do everything. And
Yeah.
it comes back to you.
Why
days
not?
later.
I mean,
Yeah, that's what
I can
was
be
like-
rude and say, yeah, dude, I'm completely unreasonable in my expectations. I know you can't do that with a regular human, right?
Yeah.
You're supposed to be polite, one thing at a time. Oh, thank you so much. No, I want it now. I want all of it right now. And you see it, and it's willing to do it if you ask it.
And
Yeah.
that's what we were not doing. Is do that.
Set your expectations a little higher.
Yeah.
Like, why are you tolerating this stuff, right? It's so slow. I get
Yeah.
bad at it.
Yeah.
Last on the list.
I guess so. I'll just keep doing everything by finger by finger.
Yeah, we do.
All right.
Squared away his mouth.
I think talking to us for sure
Yeah, definitely.
saves a lot of time. I think.
So are all of us, I don't want to make assumptions, but we're on board with, we see a practical use in having a team of agents do stuff for us?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is there any limitation or hurdle or fear that's preventing us from doing this? Because each of us should be able to multiply ourselves 10 times.
The hurdles getting started.
Get your computer ready. Let's go.
I'm not sure my computer has the capacity, but.
Time to go to the Apple store and give dead Steve Jobs more money.
Are you an Apple salesman?
Where's my commission? I want my money. I'm an affiliate. I've given them so much money.
I'm sure.
Yeah, they should just give me like an Apple employee store badge, you know.
Ambassador.
So Wanda, do you have the capacity on that computer to get started?
I'm not sure. I need the password, so
That
Brittany doesn't have it. I need to ask Mickey, I believe. Let's see.
Just go to Mac. Get a bigger pencil.
I can kind of know which one it is, but it'll be.
Yours is over here. Bill, is this yours or is this Wanda's?
I don't know.
I started to say, I don't know, I
That's
put
what
them both together.
3147. 3147. Oh, maybe not. What's the password to get in?
314700.
Brittany's in Juan's office.
Okay, you ready?
You had a RAM.
I gotta get this mouse set up.
Cool. You had RAM memory.
Oh, it's a Mac?
Computer you
No,
already have?
not really.
The little cable like attached.
No, this is
I'm a MacBook Pro, but.
no way.
Well, just see what the.
Yeah.
Well, his only has 16.
Yeah, but take it.
on that MacBook Air, even though it's like.
You're the owner. You should have 48.
The picture to chat GPT to see if it could explain it to me, but I wasn't sure. It said it could be this year or that year.
Drop your sunglasses.
Both of them books. Can't do it.
This one's yours.
That's
That's what Rob just said. This is Bill's, right?
That's Bill's.
You need to go get something for you. Sure. Let me tell Rob.
Password.
I don't even know what it's on.
Got all these, holy smokes.
Oh, you're gonna get all stuff from all kinds of stuff. I'm sure.
It's over here in settings.
You know, this one?
Close this out.
What is that?
What are you trying to find?
Oh, I'm touching it. I'm used to an iPad.
I know. I do it all the time.
That was pretty funny.
Go to the app and say about.
Go to the app on the top of it. Look at, there's one down about this one. 16.
16.
16 you can get by, but it's frustrating. You really want
48.
48, yeah.
Now before I bought these.
Damn.
Just do a hand-me-downs to your like grandchildren or something. Well, you get the good one.
I'm gonna be happy with that.
I mean, for a high school kid or whatever, you know, 13-year-old, they can play with that. But we're doing real business. You know, we need
Maybe business.
some power here. Yeah.
My daughter has an older one and she uses it.
Is that on?
I mean, of course, is it what, this one?
Yeah.
I need the passcode to get it, or the password. I asked Mickey. He says I don't remember. He doesn't know it either. I already asked her. I called her up and asked her. That's correct.
She's in Juan's office.
She wants me to absorb it and learn.
You should. Oh. Bill is problem solving today.
I know. Look here,
I said, Bill, I don't want to record. He goes, I'll solve this.
Oh
Come here,
my
guys.
goodness. Oh, he's determined.
No.
I just not one.
It doesn't bother me.
No, you do so good. I'm
know,
like
I mean, I take
Talladega
breaks.
Nights. I'm over here like I black out. not sure what's happening, you know? And then I had no idea, when I started here, this whole room was filled. And they had me stand up in the middle of the meeting, this was 7 years ago, and this room was very full at the time. And Ricardo goes, Amanda, stand up and tell the whole room, it's all men, something about yourself. I still to this day have no idea what I said. I blacked out completely and then sat down.
Well, I can't go up in front of people. I'm
Yeah,
okay
it's
with
horrible.
the other, just because
It was horrible.
I think that's just years of cheer and dance. I'm just trying.
Performing.
Yeah, performing.
Roofing 123, capital R.
Oh,
She believes. I don't know why you wouldn't put pit crew 1 or.
Let me see if I can see it. Oh, this is not the mouse. The mouse is not hooked up.
Yeah, like I said, there's nothing plugged in on the back to connect any of that.
What a dinosaur computers? I gotta figure out the new upgraded one.
This is it's a bigger thing, right?
No, can't use that one.
It'd be in my brain.
I don't even know what mine has. Mine's pretty new.
Well, let's see
This has even looked. It's some kind of PC. I'm not sure. Maybe a Dell. I don't know. It's new.
Probably Intel.
Roofing 1, 2, what?
It's usually not very good.
Roofing 123, capital R.
Yeah, the Apple chips are designed for AI, you know.
Yes, they are now, right?
That's
I saw that.
Yeah, in the last 3 years when they,
Stuff is really good.
yeah, like M3 onward is, anything less than that is not worth messing with.
Yeah, I noticed that recently.
What's up?
You gave me false information.
Uh-oh.
What?
She's not there.
Well, I saw her.
So did I saw her
Don't
and
give me
Adam.
false information. I saw her.
Oof.
Both her and Adam were walking, I saw them both.
I don't know where to search.
They were
Is it
both
not
in
gonna
the
get
front
caught up?
seat up
Daylight.
by the window, by the entry.
You see him?
Yes.
You see him right now?
Brittany and Adam?
They're right now up there.
Yes.
Don't get the butt in there.
Anybody thought about just calling them?
Yeah, it's a crazy idea.
Is this one turned on?
Calling them.
What are you pointing at?
Just see if this one's turned on.
It is. Hers is operational. Oh, so did she say what her password is? But I don't want to be touching hers.
Will you type in? One, two, three.
Don't touch other people's computers.
It's
Not light.
Brittany, 1, 2, 3.
Like that's the best.
Still password.
Brittany's car. Capital R. You got the doors open.
Roofing 123, capital.
Well, we will catch up. Is what we need to do.
Yeah, just get your hardware thing in gear, then we'll have a Zoom session, we'll go through everything, yeah. Today was a little bit of a bust, but that's all right.
Yeah.
Brittany's outside of her car.
Well, if you were going to buy a computer, you're saying 48.
Yeah. Why cheap out? It's only an extra 1,000 for the memory that really matters.
Well, what'd you say yours had? 126?
This got 128.
Well, you didn't buy that at the local store. Did you order that?
You have to custom order that from Apple.
Okay.
Sometimes the Apple store will have it, but usually not.
Okay, I was gonna say, I've never seen them that high. Does it matter if it's a computer, if you had an iPad?
You can't do it on an iPad.
No iPad. It's
no
a
way.
laptop or desktop.
It needs to be Mac OS.
Yeah.
Because the iPad runs, it's basically a big iPhone.
Literally.
Yeah.
I've got 16, but I guess I'm not using it, so don't know.
Everybody's got 16s.
That's what I bet they just were all the exact same.
Apple's been the biggest benefactor of this whole AI thing because everyone's had to go out and buy all this hardware. They realized that their laptop doesn't work,
Yeah.
as you saw. But actually, a lot of people, they try it, they give up, and they don't even realize that what the limiting
That's what the
factor
challenge
is.
was.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's not the CPU, it's the RAM.
No,
Yeah.
it is the RAM. As long as you have a good CPU that you can upgrade, then you can add as much RAM as you want.
Right.
You know?
This Brittany.
Hey.
Hey.
Right now, I'd like to introduce you, Masters in Finance, Masters in Finance.
Oh,
Oh, Dennis.
hi, I'm Dennis.
How are you?
We're spending money here, yeah.
Yeah, that's when I perk up.
Making money.
Yeah, I've been in a court deposition all day, so unfortunately I missed most of this. Don't worry, it all turned out well. Everybody, it all turned out well. So,
Hey, happy for you.
yeah. How's it been going here? I hear there was a computer debacle. Do we get that under control?
Everybody's getting new
Not
computers.
necessarily, but
Okay.
like
Brittany, here's what we found out. It's a basic system whereby you can establish machine agents and have them do your work for you.
Uh-huh.
However, our equipment is undersized to do that.
Okay.
So we need to address that. I don't know about your new system. Do you know the amount of RAM you have in?
I mean, I could look on this one right here. Should I do that?
tell everyone mine. You need to sit down anyhow.
Well, you sit here.
No.
You sure? See here. About this much?
Yeah.
Does this tell us?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Can't
So
see.
you can't talk about it?
It's just.
8? Wow, it's super old.
This is only 8.
When was the last time? How old is that thing? 8.
there's no way. I'm sure.
I mean, I don't
It
know.
looks newer than mine.
That's what I'm saying, there's no way.
It should be a 40, maybe
It
a
says
Do right, came up here to Apple about.
but
no ways.
I don't know. It works just
That's
fine
crazy.
Well, it depends on what you're doing. Yeah.
It's a new world, Brittany.
Like I run QuickBooks. What more do you want from me?
She's not running agents, so it's fine. Yeah, what
And
she's
how about
doing.
this one over here?
That's 16. Yeah,
Probably the same, right? I can't get in there. I asked Mickey and he doesn't know.
we looked at that. It was 16, right? That one.
No, this one's this.
Oh, that one. Oh,
Yeah, we can't get in here.
okay.
The password's not
You
working.
I would probably say it's.
So that's fun.
This one's 16, which means
It
that
would be
probably
roofing
is
1, 2,
16
3,
as well.
1, 4.
Very much from 1, 2, 3.
Let's
I did that.
let's move on from that. What do I need?
Well, if you want one like this, it's about $7,000 for 128 gigs of RAM.
Yeah.
But if you have 48, you have 48 gigs. Like Jack's got one 48. They're 4,500.
Gotcha. Okay.
But if you're, you missed it, but what we were doing here is we're doing a lot of auditing and analysis and whatnot. Doing all of, we're talking to it, did all this research, looked at competitors, we're gonna beat them in the world of SEO and look at the ads
Yes.
and so all these agents are doing all this work and it requires a lot of memory here because it's working inside. It can work on our computer, so it opens up Chrome and it can use email and manage ads and all that kind of stuff. So it uses a lot of memory. So you can see I have 128, of which 97 I'm using right now because I've got a bunch of agents that are doing lots of stuff. So if you try to run this on 16, you just won't. You won't be if you are actually using AI the way we teach it. You need more memory.
So I utilized co-work and I got co-work to go into like Brevard Clerk of Court, pull all the
Yeah.
NOCs and do that. Is that what you're considering an agent or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Co-work is agents. Yeah.
Coming out this morning is
Yeah.
what's in this.
Gotcha. Okay.
But you could probably
I gotcha. I'm up there.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
you can probably have 1 or 2 agents run at the same time.
Okay.
But if you want to have lots of stuff happen, then
Then we
you need
a
more.
bigger
Yeah, like
computer.
more team members basically is the way I like.
Yeah.
There's many team members that live here.
Yes, understood.
So for us, lay people, it really looks amazing. All you have to do is understand the equipment you need and how to make it operate.
Right. And then you can ask Claude to help you because you can ask inside Clover. And then there's us, Dennis GPT will help you too. Jack GPT will help you. Yeah. I'm honored if you want to ask me, but usually AI gives you a better answer than what I could give you. Yeah.
Then a little Google map, the little trick that we're gonna be doing.
Yeah.
Which is gonna be awesome.
We're gonna move up in the maps.
Yes, we're gonna
Yeah.
move up in the maps. Every single person, when they leave home, they're gonna map Hippo and drive. It's gonna get us there and it's gonna boost us up tremendously.
Really?
Yep.
Love it.
In addition
we're working
to
on that.
outranking the competitors who won't show up in Google Maps for some reason anymore.
Yes, I like you.
Everything we do, Brittany, is legal, completely legal and ethical.
I do care.
The SEC will not do that. No FINRA actions against us or any of that, yeah.
Yeah, does each computer have to have all that memory or?
Just the one that's running the agents?
Well, I think each of us should have agents. But there should be like, Mona maybe is like the queen of all the agents.
I'm all about it.
That's the queen.
She will be. Absolutely.
I'll take it.
That's what I was going after when I did the NOC project, was so you wouldn't have to do that anymore.
I thought about it when he started talking about all these things he's doing. I was like, I really thought about what you were doing. I was like, holy smokes, this is amazing.
I got the first one going. I'm so proud of myself.
Yeah.
I felt like I was the chick from like CSI and the
Yeah.
look at it go, and the screen's just
Yeah.
moving by itself, and I was so proud. My husband's like, I'm trying to watch a movie.
Yeah, that's a big one though.
It's huge.
We've been doing that manually for years.
Right.
I did it in about an hour.
Yeah.
It ran
Yeah, that's
all
crazy.
of them.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
insane.
That's good.
So,
But think about all the operational things that you can do. The reporting and the auditing and the analysis. And like
Shows
that way
that-
you can work on the strategic finance instead of like the administrative finance
Yep.
part, right?
so I want.
It understands tax law, all that.
Yes, yes. What do you think, as far as networking opportunities with other vendors,
Uh-huh.
our best use of that would be internally?
What do you mean networking with other vendors?
Well, if I can go after all the electricians, all the AC companies, all the plumbing companies and say, refer me, I'll refer you.
Oh yeah. So we
We
were
were talking about that. Yeah.
So we employ a Trojan horse strategy. So we say, because all of these guys will look at, Bill and Wanda, and they probably got screwed over by a scorpion or whatever, and they want to improve their marketing, and they want to be able to show that the money being spent in marketing can be associated directly with leads and sales. And we say, look at what we've installed a whole marketing team. Like, I want that too, right? So we'll help them install that too. And then we'll say is, you guys that are electricians or landscapers or whatever, in certain situations, you want to refer to us. So we'll connect our CRMs to do these referrals, and we'll refer you business and you refer us business. So then our agents will work together, and we'll set up rules on how we do referrals. And then we have the wands of each company kind of oversee that, right? Yeah. And then this is something they'd have to pay a lot of money. Like they probably wouldn't even know how to do it anyway. Right? Good luck them trying to figure out how to do all this, right?
And we learned a lot about the fence people next door.
Oh, nice.
He knows the owner.
Oh,
The founder of the whole system across 120 locations and whatnot. Yeah. He just sold to private equity for a lot of money.
we should, yeah. Oh,
Good stuff, right?
Yeah.
it's a small world, isn't it?
It's very small. Yeah. All the big boys know each other.
Yeah.
And it's friends in high places. Always a good thing.
It is.
I'm the poorest person among all my friends.
Yeah, it's a good place to be, isn't
Yeah.
it?
I fly on
Really
their
is.
But the richest up here.
I fly on their jets.
That's less.
Yeah.
He's probably one of the smartest.
I flew Frontier Airlines here yesterday. Yeah. Jack flew first class.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
So what's your top 3 you learned today?
Well, the map thing, which I think is awesome. And then of course this Claude connecting, having agents. What else did I learn? I learned being more visible. Ooh, so I talked about Florida Roof Brothers, about them doing the job site and then collecting the review right after. He said, yep, that's what we need to be doing, which I've been saying that's what we need to do.
Yep.
So we're gonna implement that ASAP.
Love it.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
So yeah, I know, got lots to do and lots to learn. Facebook, I've gotta work on that big time. So
Yep.
did a whole audit. So there's lots of things I have to fix there. And Rufa, but by Rufa, yeah, ditch. Absolutely.
Excellent.
Yeah, you can't prove the ROI.
Yep.
Very good.
So we've set up some auditing standards which I think you'll appreciate. Because
Yep.
everything should tie to the P&L.
Love it. Love it.
We audit ourselves because we
You're
have to
just
pre-audit.
like my son's best friend. I'm trying to struggle with the fact that you're not calling me mom right now, and then I'm trying to struggle with the fact that you're saying to Amy, like,
That's awesome.
yes,
Really?
just
Oh my
like
gosh,
AJ.
yeah, you're
Oh
right.
my god. It's a compliment. It's a great compliment.
It is. It is.
So we've got a lot of stuff that we've covered. The agents are going to assign all the work out. We use Basecamp as our project management system. So that way all of our agents can come in here and see the work that's occurring here. So that's like, there's all these to-dos that were assigned in the last hour or so that the agents assigned on who needs to do what. And, yeah.
Ethan, Jack, everybody.
All the analysis is being posted in here. Yeah. All of this. We've been updating our audit here, which is this, right?
This is how this goes.
This whole thing here. Yeah. This was done today. I didn't write this, of course, but it was posted under my account. We all saw it live.
Ethan chasing Mona. What's he bugging me about? He's like, Mona. Ethan, he's on it.
What the heck?
He is. He's on it.
I like co-work a lot.
Yeah.
I've scratched the surface.
Yeah.
Just barely. To where I got my first one going and I said, oh my gosh, the lights turned on. I said, there's a rocket ship going off, and I just got it. But I can't even imagine all the possibilities that we can use it for here. Like as fast as we can dream it up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the biggest thing we learned today too is how he speaks to Claude. And totally different than
Don't worry, I'm replaying cameras. So
yeah, it's
We're
literally like
pulling
felt,
clips.
yeah, I literally felt like, you know what? When I go up to Isabel's desk and I start talking to her, that's exactly how I should be talking to Claude.
Yep.
And we're not talking to AI like that. I'm not anyways. So when
I
you
talk to
don't,
it like it's my friend.
yes,
And I tell it like where I want to go.
right.
And then I tell it what kind of result I get.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
That's my biggest take today is how I'm going to
Yeah,
do it.
me too.
Very good.
We should have a 12-step program. Hello, my name is Brittany.
We should. We should. Get little tokens.
Right?
Then issue currency, pass them out.
And you guys can count the money.
Hopefully, you know, if Mona does this right, which I think she will, she's one persistent individual.
I am.
Then it'll skyrocket.
Yep.
Somebody made it a little bit tumultuous. Somebody help me with the word here the last couple of years. Website. But now that he's letting us fly a little bit,
Yep.
I think we're coming smooth.
Rachel told me to go home.
That's what she told me.
Oh,
No more stress for you, Bill.
That's
I
right.
said, take your cane and go down to the bingo hall. Go to the center.
Is that age discrimination?
What the heck? Go pick up your grandkids. Go do
Yeah.
anything other than being here. Anything.
It was home.
Oh, you know, he was in a hospital and he was in a wheelchair, so I was calling him Hot Wheels for a while.
Oh, that's awesome.
But now he's all back. You know, he's all good now. He doesn't even need the cane, so I can't call him Hot Wheels anymore. It was fun while it lasted.
You're like Jiro dreams of sushi, but it should be Jiro dreams of roofing. See this guy, like he's in his late 80s and every day he's never missed. He makes his sushi. It's like this whole Netflix, right?
Yeah.
That's literally Bill.
Yeah.
Like literally.
Every day.
I think he's trying to out hustle the president. He's sitting there going, that man is not, you're older by a month.
I got it.
I believe so. I think.
You're older.
No, making
You're not getting out hustled. That's what you told me.
Because I think he's
I'm not getting out hustled by a younger man. He said.
I can't open up to that.
His birthday.
I think he's just turned 80. He's younger than, you are.
Maybe you had to make it another month
He's
more
more
or something
my
like
age.
that.
Yeah.
No, it's the wrong time, see?
Yep. His had a birthday.
Big celebration, bigger than mine's gonna be.
That's true. Very true.
You should shut this on. See if I can.
Well, we saw some very exciting things today.
Is that the one that goes to it?
We don't wanna go to,
Nothing that's gonna connect unless it connects on.
Convention, enjoy it, not come home with the result. We want to implement it. So Mara, can you implement it?
I'm a sponge. Yes, I can.
You gotta crack the whip.
Absolutely. And I'm a manager. Go to work.
She's gonna put, you're gonna set up agents that will follow up on all the things here to get it done.
See? You have a good
But you need
teacher.
you need the equipment to do it.
Yeah.
Didn't working.
Will Mac be fine, or does it have to be?
Mac is better, but the limiting factor is
Yes.
memory.
Memory.
Yeah. So ideally 48 gigs of RAM. Yeah.
Let's see.
In-house and delivery.
I didn't hear back from you.
That's my only thing is getting this.
I
house
wanted
together,
everybody
so once
else
I
to
can
be
get that, I
here,
can get
so
in
I
there.
took care of
I'm
all the
almost there,
outsourcing
so get
stuff
at least
today.
All right.
But I have a feeling it's probably
She
just
said
like,
you know, and I was like,
let's hurry.
Yeah.
I do too.
That's gonna be the challenge.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be
That place
six.
is in Timbuktu.
If those are bought at the same time, yeah.
today, then this going on.
I think anyone above 16, you had to intentionally want to have more RAM. Because for consumer use, you don't need what we're doing.
Right.
No,
Yeah.
no. Even when I bought these, they're 2 years old. They're not that old.
No,
but
I know. That's
At
why I was
the
like, let's try
time,
these.
I didn't realize I'd need
Thank
that
you,
extra
Amanda.
brain power.
It was
Good to
really
see you, Amanda.
meeting you. Thank you.
Bye, Amanda. Appreciate it.
Hey, Amanda,
Yes, sir.
watching you.
Oh, okay. I don't even want to know, do I?
I know. I don't even want to know.
Well,
All right.
us on the outside looks amazing.
Well, you're on the inside now.
You on the inside is 15.
Yeah.
But we're
Other
gonna-
people think it's magic. This is standard.
No, I don't think it's magic.
But this is the best learning you could ever get is having him here right now. This is my best education. No AI Zoom calls that I've done, all those things. I've watched a dozen of them. I got more information today with Dennis than I ever have.
Thank
So
you.
I feel
That means a lot to me.
means a lot to me too. I appreciate it. It's sweet.
And at the
I'm
very
very
beginning-
excited.
At the very beginning, that our objective is more leads.
Yeah.
And all this other stuff just has to push some more leads.
Mhm.
No more leads. No more success.
Yeah.
But we know the ecosystem and that ecosystem has to work. And this is what we've been saying and it's not doing that. So once we get that too, all the components in each department, then they'll be perfect.
Do you feel, Bill, of all the things that we set up today, that I don't want to put words in your mouth, but do you feel that those specifically contribute to getting more leads and believe that we can see this through to execute the plan?
If you say no, I'm dumping that chair out of the.
Want to be.
Thank you, Brittany. Thank you.
I've been here 6 minutes. I feel that way.
Right.
I've been here all day.
Yeah.
I do feel that what you've showed is fantastic. I do feel that we can implement it, although I do feel the learning curve is here. We have to work our way through that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to set the expectation that this is easy. You snap your fingers and, Goldilocks or whatever does her thing. But there's, just like a fitness program, there's, you have to put in the effort. And I can make it look easy because I've done this many times. But we are here to help you. And over the next, whatever,
Right.
few weeks and few months, we should get this whole system in place.
It's Brittany included in the basic included.
If you want her to be, I don't see why not.
I think I want her to be.
Okay. The more the merrier. Is Amanda in there?
No, but we can put her in there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. We can absolutely do that.
Yeah. And then once everyone has like the basic hardware and whatever ready to go, let's set up a Zoom or whatever it is and just go to town and install everything.
So 2 computers, 48 gigs, that'll get us started?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Easy enough.
Ideally more than 2, but as many as finance can afford or justify.
Yeah, yeah.
If
Some
people
things
actually
took
want to
a
do
piece
it.
out on me,
Yeah.
so sales took a rapid dive, but we bottomed him out and came back out about 60 days ago. He had a stroke, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
So we've been through that. We're cycling back out. So my production team just needs to catch up to where the sales team is sold, and then we'll be happy in computers.
That should be fine.
No, it's about a 10-day out from now. It's like it's great. We put out 6 roofs last week.
I'd like to do 20. Have done 20.
Well, yeah, give me about 10 more days. I'll be at 10 roofs. I'm cranking away.
I'll give you
Determined to find a cord.
any more weeks.
I'm just gonna keep looking.
What kind of cord are you looking for?
Something
The
that
mouse.
plug into that mouse.
They
I don't-
charge it?
Yeah, it's dead. And I need to connect it to
Yes, you can use mine.
Oh, well, thank you.
It's connected. It connects everything to everything.
I don't think it's
Fascinating.
connected to anything.
That's because
She
you're looking
has
at the
it.
wrong place.
Oh,
Return.
This one, I think it's this one.
looking at the wrong.
Oh, is that it?
No, I was amazed. It was like almost like you had a new sense when I saw that I could make all those notice of commencements pull from Brevard County without doing anything and just sitting there watching it going moving
Yeah.
through it.
Yeah.
It's almost like learning to do something like seeing, hearing. It's that powerful, that amazing.
No.
Yeah. All those tabs were opened by Claude, not me. Yeah.
Wow.
As it was doing all this work.
Okay, now I see the memory difference. I had 2 tabs open. And I was proud. Like, I was a rocket scientist. It's like, look at me go.
Yeah, remember you called me up, Brittany telling me. I was like, all right.
Well, that we got Perplexity also working inside the comment browser. So here's a whole nother set of tabs. And then ChatGPT has all the stuff that it's doing, and you know, there's all these jobs that are going, and all these jobs. Yeah,
Yeah, the whole ecosystem.
yeah,
It's amazing.
yeah. And then we've briefly went through a lot of the analysis and the planning. You can see here competitors and map rankings, and everything's color coded. The ads analysis.
You know how we got suspended? It's because somebody flagged us. That's how we got suspended. So we can do that to others.
Yeah, the golden rule. Remember?
Yes, I
We're
like
doing
that
it.
rule.
We're
Doing
not
it
doing it. We're not actually doing it. Somebody else is doing it.
Someone else here is doing
Yes,
it.
someone else.
Yes. Yeah.
But if we got suspended, do we get it back?
Yeah, we got it back, but now I know why it happened. I was puzzled.
It just came out of nowhere. We had no way it happened.
Right.
It's all good. We got it under control now.
Yeah. I said,
The evil laugh. I like that.
Yeah.
We call that the rockin' Moroccan.
That's right. Good.
All right. Well, anything else you guys want to cover? I guess we film another day.
Yeah. Maybe look into our LSA to see if we can feed more into that. My results look pretty good. Of course, now I'm gonna have to do it this way because
Yeah.
I was doing it the dinosaur way.
Well, Ethan built an LSA agent,
Ethan did.
Mhm.
Of course he did.
so you can just connect to his agent and talk to the real Ethan too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because everything we do, we turn them into agents. Because why not? Because these agents, they look at our Zoom calls, they look at all the stuff we've done, they log into the various ad accounts or LSA accounts, and they build a set of SOPs, and we train an agent off of that, and then the agents can go work at every one of these home service businesses. But then we have a Jack or an Ethan that oversees these teams of agents that are all trained based on our actual expertise
No, I
and
love
real
it.
data. Yeah.
Love it.
And the more data we have, the more the system's able to learn, and the more reps we have, and the more the system is able to improve itself.
Do you find that your system turns into a dummy all of a sudden? Do you feel like sometimes when I use programs, they're working great, and then you log in on Tuesday and you're like, what happened? Do you have any of those issues?
A couple ways. One, the most common thing is, like, I came from Silicon Valley, and Silicon Valley is full of autistic geniuses.
Yahoo, 2001, 2002.
Yeah. So you did the research. So the geniuses, so like the Mark Zuckerbergs and whatnot, they all are geniuses, but they sort of like they have some things that are like super intelligent, but some other things which are just like retarded, which is that weird thing. But so I see that happening where it can do sophisticated, analytical, complex things, but then you ask it other things and it just gets confused that it trips on, like EQ kinds of things. Yeah, which is because the pets resemble the owners, so the AI agents resemble the Silicon Valley engineers that built these things.
That's the best description I've ever heard.
So that's one.
Okay.
And then so that's the underlying kind of
Why?
framework, the why. And then number two is that there are constant model changes. So because there's this leapfrogging that's occurring between ChatGPT and Anthropic and Grok, and like these guys are all like this, trying to they're in such a race. Everyone's got the gas pedal pinned. They're releasing models almost too early just because they have to, and so that causes them to be a little bit premature. And thus, when there are new model releases, like we see right now, that Opus 5 just came out about a week ago, and that is almost as good as Fable 5 and the whole Mythos thing. It's like 99% as good at half the price and whatnot. There's some things that are a little bit broken. So things that were working before in Opus 4.8 or Fable 5, moving to Opus 5 in a new model, that did work before, but all of a sudden with the cutover, like they don't function as well.
Right.
So we've had to build in failovers where, and you don't have to worry about it, but because you ask, I'll explain. Like, people don't need to know, but I'll just tell you in case you want to know. Some people find it interesting. Other people like, I don't need to hear that. Like, I just need to, as long as it does what I don't need to know how it does. Like, okay, fine.
No,
But
fascinated. So
But if you want to know, so you have what's called the advisor model. So the smartest thing is the one, like, initially, remember when I'd like talk to it for a few minutes at a time and I just brain dumped all these details? I use the most sophisticated model for that reasoning, because you want the smart brain to kind of do the planning and the strategy and like kind of figuring out what's going on. And then notice that when it was doing the reasoning, like in this one here. Okay, so let's replay what happened. So here I spoke to it using the whisper flow, and I just talked to it, just this monologue, right?
Use the free model.
And then it's like, okay, well, it took a while to think about it because I gave it a lot of stuff to digest, context loading, plus memory. And then it built a plan. And then as it was executing the plan, it then spun up sub-agents. So like it's a master slave strategy. And sometimes it'll like spawn like 5 different agents, and you each do different things and come back to me. And we've built the skill files in such a way that, because what we did a month ago was we just used the most intelligent model all the time. So we were burning everything at Opus 5 or Fable 5, which is the highest token cost, which ends up being very expensive. But that's like driving your Ferrari to Costco. Like, that's unnecessary, right? So what we've done is we've trained it so that when it splits the work down into these other it's using Chrome to do these different things, or using MCPs or other ways to connect, or different systems it has access to, it starts to generate documents and starts to spin sub agents out. And when it does that, those agents will use the lowest level of necessary intelligence to get it done. So it'll push down to like Sonnet 5, for example, or Opus 4.8. And that way we're economizing on the token. So when these new models come out, we can still, it can still fall back to dumber models to get the work done and also economize on token cost, right? So we want our number one thing is maximum quality, not token efficiency first. Maximum quality first, then token efficiency. Because I want it, but I want first class, but I want to pay economy plus pricing, right? And so that's what's occurring here with all the work that's been happening, right?
Tell it that with a skill. Is a skill a sub agent or is that something different?
So I actually built a file to explain that. So
I gave mine a bunch of skills. And so, like, when I ask it about a
Yeah.
P&L, I programmed all my P&L stuff into that,
Yeah.
and it'll pull that skill and read it. But that's not what.
So here's the analogy. Skill's a function, the agent's a person, right? So the way it works is that think of this skill as like books in the library. And then the agent, through a scheduled job or through you telling it to do something, is equipped with these skills on how to do this stuff. But just because you have books in the library doesn't mean work is happening. Someone has to then apply that knowledge in a certain way to do the work. And so the MCPs and the connectors and the Claude and Chrome and computer use is giving that agent hands. So the agent has hands, it has the brain, the knowledge. The model is the brain that does the computation. The skills are how it's trained and the SOPs that it follows to then be able to actually pull data and do the NOCs and do whatever where you give it access to do stuff. Then it is able to store things down in other .md files. So the skills are stored in markdown files, which are just text files. And there's all these different files. And we haven't set this up for you yet, but we're going to set up Obsidian. Obsidian is a way for the agents to basically take notes and organize all their stuff. Some things are stored locally on your computer. So, and two levels of storage there. Some are local and private because they're just your own personal things. Some things are work related, which then you are working in co-work. So co-work can work on your computer especially as you're prototyping and whatnot. But then when you've prototyped an agent to the point where like, okay, I'm comfortable with how this works. And I think that we can put it into production on a repeating schedule. I can then push it to the cloud. And to the cloud, that can operate on Anthropic's managed agent infrastructure, which is like their AWS, where they charge 8 cents per hour per managed agent. So if an agent runs for 1 minute, that'll cost you like whatever, a fraction of a penny. Which it makes sense because we don't want to manage infrastructure. We just want to be able to get these different things that are working. Like let's say, for example, this one we were doing on ads optimization, right, with Amanda. And we did this analysis. We figured out, you know what? Every week we should come in and look at what the best performers are, look at what offers are working, look at like the stuff that we talked about here, right? Here's where the demand is. We're pulling the data from Google. We find that Facebook ads is actually where the arbitrage opportunity is. For these reasons, okay, every week I want this to kick off and I want it to optimize our meta ads in a certain way and also look at our Google ads and kind of trend them together. Also look back at Job Nimbus and figure out blah, blah, blah. Is it because our close rate isn't that's not really the ads, it's because we're not closing, because we have a new salesperson. I don't know, like whatever it is. Well, okay, I've got it working the first few weeks. Now I want to put that in production on an ongoing basis. So I don't want it to live only on my computer, because if my computer is closed or asleep or it doesn't have Wi-Fi connection at the time the job is supposed to run, then that whole process fails. So I need to get that into the cloud so it's not dependent upon my computer. But I can't just launch straight into the cloud because I have to prototype, just like I train up a new employee until the point where it's competent, then I can release it to the world. Then I can give it to other painters and electricians and whatever and say, you know what, I've trained this agent. He's been running my ads for however long. Would you like him to run your ads too? You can fire your agency too. Not just for cost savings, but for performance and for control and of our destiny. And I don't want to put my destiny in the hands of someone else who may not give a shit about my business. Right.
Scorpion.
Yeah, I didn't say that. You said that. But yeah. Yeah, because Scorpion's not going to fly in here and do what we're doing here.
I've gotten them to where they're repeating tasks on the left hand side.
Uh-huh.
And you're saying if my computer's shut down, they don't run.
Well, yes and no.
Yeah. Okay.
Because you can have your computers, like I even wrote an article here. I'll just show you this.
on the computer. If it's on the app on the computer, it's not gonna run.
Well, it can run if you can have your computer run even if the lid is closed.
Okay.
And this happens so often, I even, here, I'll just show you.
You wrote an entire article
I
for
wrote-
getting asked the exact same question by 800 people.
I wrote an article that explains how to keep your computer running, even if the lid is closed so it doesn't fall asleep and whatnot. Go find that article because I forgot where it is. I actually put it on Max, but you know, whatever. And it'll go find it, right? Or I'll say, you know what? I sent an email to Bill about this and that. Can you, like, I don't need to go into my email or go into whatever. I'll just tell it from here to go do whatever it needs.
And you're fine
And-
connecting like QuickBooks to it for the financial data? Or is that?
So when you train a new employee, you have to gradually give it more and more access and supervise it until the point where you allow it to run your full P&L and, you know, true up your accounts and all that. Like, but of course, you are still responsible for what your team members do.
Now I understand.
Yeah. So it's not, all of these things are gradual, right? And permissioning. And you know from Claude or with Cowork that initially when you have a new agent, it's very timid and it's like, oh, I don't know. Are you sure you want to do this? Like, yes, allow. Where can I do this? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Until then, you're like, okay, just come up. Just let's go.
From
Right.
a fun standpoint, have you found it to insult you on accident yet?
What do you mean?
The AI, has it accidentally insulted you in a manner that you didn't realize it was going to insult you? For example, it said to me, Brittany, I'm learning your writing style. Short and to the point. Maybe not the most persuasive. And I'm just thinking,
Oh.
you butthead.
No, but I put into the global commands, just go ahead and tell it to me straight. Don't be afraid of offending me. But it'll still be polite. It'll be like, you know, you're like, these things are good. Like, you know, when it starts to give you these compliments, it's about to give you the critical. We call that a compliment sandwich, right?
One, so she can see how you did that, like all the questions you were asking when you initially.
Oh
you
no,
do-
no, I spend hours and hours and hours on this all the time. I love watching it. It's fascinating to me. I could watch it all day.
See, it's got the connectors. See, it shows what it's doing, right? The context, it's using Chrome. You can see where it's working. And it found the article.
Wow.
Here it is.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Here it is. And here's the command. You can take these commands in the terminal and you might say like, but I don't know, like the terminal, that sounds really complicated. And you can tell it to do it and it can do it, as you know. That's the unlock. You can reason with it. So initially you can treat it like a chat bot because you're having a strategic discussion. And then you say, do it. And then it'll sometimes say, oh no, I can't do that. Yes, you can. I know you can because you've done it for me before. Because it'll sometimes lie to you just like a real human. And tell you like, oh, I did that. No, you didn't. Oh, I completed all the stuff that you asked for. No, you didn't.
Yeah. I just wondered if these are things I'm having or like.
No, you're not crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't do that. And I'm like, but
Yeah, you can.
you did this for job A. Here's proof. Like you wrote a beautiful report. I just want it for.
It's trying to
job A."
gaslight you, yeah.
It does. It's like talking to my husband. I'm like, that's not good. I put it in there and it'll go, oh, I did do that.
Yeah.
Like, but this thing has a whole personality.
So when you encounter that situation, it's easy to blame the agent. What you then need to say is, okay, we've been here before where I've told you to do this thing and you've been able to do it. And this time you told me that you couldn't do it. I want you to make sure next time that I ask you to do this, you can. And you already know how. You like make sure it's in your memory. Make sure it's within the skill files. Make sure it's within the project scope, or if we're working inside a project or not working inside a project. So there's multiple levels to make sure, just like an employee who forgets, or, you know, I have a pretty good memory, but my memory is not perfect. I forget too, right? So you have multiple levels, just like you train an employee, you have an SOP, you hope they have a good memory, you hope they can take notes. Sometimes they forget to take notes, right? Young
Yes.
adults don't take notes,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
That's it. That's
But then you have to remember like, oh yeah, I told you there's a way on how to keep your laptop awake. And it's like, yeah, I found it, here it is. So we have something we call meta articles. And this is very meta for you, I think you'll appreciate this. So we have a task library with 1,000 tasks, and it's not just like there's an SOP. Every time an AI agent executes that, it has to take notes on exactly what it did. So then someone else, like another agent, can come in and inspect. So we trust but verify.
Oh.
It'll come back and say, ta-da, I did the stuff. Okay, for that task, there's a checklist associated with it to verify whether you actually did it or not. So we ask the agent to check its own stuff, but we also have another agent come in, like a supervisor, come in and verify that as well, and then make sure, before it comes back to us, that they actually reason through together and it's like, yes, it actually is done.
That makes
And
total
so we have all of these tasks. They're all organized in a certain way. And then, of course, I've made some videos explaining how this RSI, recursive self-improvement, the agents are learning from themselves. They're improving their own documentation, which then updates skill files. We publish these to the associated tasks. Then anyone in our network can come in, and their agents on scheduled tasks can wake up every day, come in and inspect to see where we've added tasks or enhanced tasks. So then all of our people in our community can learn from the central repository of tasks.
It's amazing.
So that,
It's absolutely amazing.
yeah, you want to know the answer. We can go deep into like how we've built this thing in a certain way. So the idea of a skill, which is like how to do something, you can think of it as like a recipe, but you need a cook. The cook uses the recipe, but the cook needs the recipe and the ingredients. The ingredients are all the things we get out of production and the pictures and the videos and the reviews and the signals and all that kind of stuff. These cooks use the recipe with the raw ingredients and then they produce filet mignon or whatever it is, right? So if we have a great reputation and the core values are actually being followed, then AI is a multiplier of that, right? But if we have a bad reputation, we have unhappy customers, AI is going to multiply that too. It's just a multiplier. The good news is there's Hippo has got a great reputation. We can then multiply that, and then that's how you expand in franchise and move into more locations and all that kind of stuff, right? Because a franchise is nothing more, whether it's owned and operated or we open more, it's nothing more than multiplying an SOP, like opening another Chick-fil-A, right? And that's all this is. It's just a franchise model.
That's fabulous. Because our whole holdback is leads.
Yeah.
And this will solve that. This will also make our life much easier as far as repetitive tasks.
Right.
And allow everything to amplify.
So the analysis that we got here, which was one of these things, I forgot where it is, one of these is open, basically said that the hard work is done. You have the reputation, you have the trust, you have all of that. The last mile problem is your marketing sucks for all the reasons that we've talked about. Now we just need to fill the last mile problem, right? Yeah. That's what we need to do in this next month.
Got lots of work.
And then equip more agents on your side. It doesn't obviate the need for like what Jack and I are doing, because our agent teams are going to work with your agent teams, and we're going to supervise this combined team.
Love it.
Yeah.
No scorpion knows how to do this, okay?
No. No.
Because you understand, like the typical scorpion model is the car dealership model, where you have salespeople that are in the showroom that wear the tie and play the sales manager game and that whole thing. You understand, like the sales manager, like that whole thing.
Yeah.
They try to sell the mom at MSRP, not realizing, whatever, keep them in the dark. Internet people come in, oh, I know what the price should be because I printed it on the internet. I'm going to pay this price. Car dealerships don't like that. And then in the back, you have the service bays with the mechanics and the people who actually have like grease on who actually work under the hood and that kind of thing. So the digital marketing model, which is outdated, is the salespeople who talk to the customer, and then no one actually gets to talk to the workers that are in the back. And that has scaled really well in the last 15 years because the salespeople who are the agency owners and whatnot, because it's all salespeople that start these agencies because they want to get rich because they went to a seminar on how you can make money, selling stuff to plumbers and whatever, roofers. They can outsource the work. So, and maybe they had some of their own people that do like design, or maybe a couple people that do WordPress, but they quickly realized I can outsource this to other agencies or people in the Philippines or Fiverr and whatnot and mark it up, where I'm paying like $100 per client, but I mark it up to 100 times that cost, whatnot. And that model scales because you just have a sales team and then you have an execution team. And then the customers are, the salesperson is there just to try to sell, but they don't know how to actually do the work. And the execution team, they just follow a very basic SOP. Well, if there's a very basic SOP that these people in the Philippines or Pakistan or whatever are doing, agents are ripe to disrupt that whole model, and they can do a better job. And we've demonstrated that time and time again, where we coach a lot of agencies who are struggling with this because, home service businesses are running our audit and then going to the agency and saying, look at all these things that we found, and they're in trouble. They're embarrassed, So this two-stage digital agency model doesn't work because the expertise and the execution isn't connected to the customer here, because their model is customer, salesperson, execution layer. The execution layer has to connect all the way, because if we build these agents that can, all the deterministic SOP driven things are basically almost free. It's the cost of tokens plus the hardware. So if information has been made free by Google made money by killing the yellow pages, by making information free. Information is commodity. It used to be you had to, whatever, go to librarian, right? But information is free. If information is free, and now AI agents can do all this work, by definition, task-driven work is free. Because information, task-driven recipe, how to do stuff, you can go to YouTube and how to do what you can want. It's all free, right? Well, agents can read those things. So the cost of doing the task is now been commoditized down to the cost of operating agents to run against those SOPs, right? If that's the case, what value does a service provider have? Well, it's not in the execution. It's in the actual result. The actual result requires a combination of strategy and coordination, other things that are outside of what a digital marketing agency can do, like whether the salespeople know how to close and other things that are not directly in the purview of like running Google ads or Facebook ads or something like that, right? So that's why I intentionally asked the question, well, if we implement all these agents, what's the value of having Jack and Dennis and these other people here?
Right.
It's these other components. It's the coordination component. It's the other stuff that needs to be connected together, right? To ultimately empower you guys to see transparently all the way down through and own. So you own the brand. You need to be able to see all the way down and own that entire layer underneath there. And that's what we're doing here. But if you have a Scorpion model where here's an account manager and here's your cluster of clients, and like that model doesn't translate to what we're doing here. You just cannot get there from here. You see?
I do. That's sad. Well, the good thing is they're out the door now.
Yep.
And we're on the right path. Thank God.
It's like what Mario would say. Yeah, let me share that with the team. That was his biggest thing.
And I'll get back to you.
I'll get back to you. I'll share it with the team. We're like, okay.
What
Well,
team?
that's all yeah. I'm like, well, I thought you were supposed to do it. Right? That's what he'd say. That was his biggest thing.
Well, we gave him an audit. It had all the data, just like this kind of stuff. We're being completely fair,
Yeah.
right? Like, okay, here's the audit. You cannot argue. When the AI does its analysis and all that, you cannot argue it. Okay. It is so like the data is there. Okay. Like either you face up to the data and you own up, like looks like you've never logged into the account. And you haven't marked deletes. Like, how do you argue that?
Right.
Dennis is a scam. Don't listen to him. It's not like
Yeah.
you're like trying to play. Don't look over here. "Oh, how about this? No, look over here. Look over here. Right?
They're very good at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're very good at it. But they got
But-
28,000 nasty views as of last night from the video where you did.
Mm-hmm.
That's how many views
Yeah.
is on that video right now.
Yeah.
They should have just
A lot.
agreed to give us the website.
Well, I tell why if you're obese, if you're 500 pounds and 4'8", why are you blaming the scale?
Hear you there.
So here we have these skills. We put them out there for other people to see. We've wired up the skills in such a way that anyone who wants to learn how to do this stuff, it's not a secret, can learn how to do all this kind of stuff. But then good folks like you will say, well, we want to hire expert people who actually want to help us implement this, who actually are on our side, who are not just saying like, oh yeah, we're on your side, we're partners. Like, oh no, you just pay. We just want your 20 grand a month or whatever it is, right? We've given you full control over all this, full transparency, flew out to see you,
That's
right?
amazing. It's amazing.
Because we believe this is setting the example for anyone else that's in digital marketing or AI. And then here's all this, right? All this stuff here, it's all published. Exactly how all these agents work in different departments. You can inspect it. You can download the MD files yourself. You can even some people who are smart asses, which I love, they'll go through this and they'll run this, they'll have their Claude. They're like, I don't understand all the stuff that Dennis has. Can you analyze it and see like whether it's legit or not? It absolutely is. It abides by Google standards. All the proof is there. The audits are true. Like, yeah, it's solid. How do we know? Because we've pre-audited our own stuff, right? We want them to audit it. We want you to. Yeah.
I was having quite the fun researching. So
Yeah.
Question for you.
Yeah.
So I'm a roofing company in Miami,
Uh-huh.
ABC,
Okay.
and Steel Sport hits the air, and I roll in the down. Did my 452 reviews finally come with it?
Yes and no, because rankings in map results are based on proximity, which is one thing, and reviews, and the quality score and trust score of the underlying vendor, and like the relationships that whoever's search, like their own search behavior and preferences. So it's multiple factors,
So maybe.
but maybe. But if you're ABC and you have a number of reviews, that's tied to a particular Google Business Profile. If ABC were to set up something here, they could technically merge Google Business Profiles together and move reviews from one to the other. Generally, you don't want to do that because reviews from certain customers that are in that geography, like in Fort Lauderdale, if you move a bunch of reviews that are from Fort Lauderdale all the way to, whatever, some other city, Google's going to look at that and say that's kind of weird. And when someone does a search, yes, the location, where that GBP pin is, and in relation to the city centroid, that's one factor, but a stronger factor is of those underlying reviews, where are they from? If they're all the way down here in Palm Beach County or whatnot, that's going to look weird to Google at search time, right?
I saw in the analysis you have roof claim with a national presence.
Right,
High number of reviews here.
right,
I doubt if they've got that here.
right.
I mean, they have.
Like 1,700 something reviews.
Nothing was doing with it.
So if we have Hippo Roofing that has 200 5-star reviews on it,
Uh-huh.
which was right here until recently, I shut it down so I could help my dad.
Right.
Should we try it, or can we take those reviews somehow?
Yeah. We just have to show, if you want to merge them in, we have to prove to Google that Pit Crew was like legally or financially absorbed.
Don't want to do that.
Yeah. But why not just keep another Google Business Profile? Because
Well, I was concerned it was competing with here because they're in the same building.
okay, well then we can just ask, so we can say
Or she could just ask.
the answer. That's the answer every time. So
It's so kind.
let me Google that for you. Yeah.
The answer is GOO.
Not GFY. No, that really is the unlock.
Yeah.
No, for like 20 something years, people ask me a question, I just Google it for them and just paste the answer back at them.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Because it has the data. Now, if it has the context, it has all the data, it can give you an intelligent answer.
Yeah, you're right.
And we're training up these agents to know, so it'll give you, garbage in, garbage out, right? Yeah.
I like that theory. I should have fun with that.
I'm excited.
I've been trying to reconcile if we do put the agent out there and then it's not perfect. I was unable to like mentally wrap my head around it kind of being like a person you have to train. But it's kind of a mind shift, and I see that now.
Yeah.
You just gotta be like, no, I told you so.
Right.
You know, not
And
necessarily
it'll
those
get
words,
there,
but-
you know, as training a new employee, 80%, 90%, whatever, but we call that human in the loop, where you have to still oversee your employees because they can go out of bounds or make mistakes or whatever. Like we don't believe, because some people I've seen, they'll take these agents and then they're just bad managers, and they just have the agents like try to figure everything out by themselves and they do nothing and then they complain. I'm like,
Yeah.
you're a terrible manager. You don't review the work. You don't coach your employees. You don't help them improve. You don't give them training. Like, how do you expect them to win? You have to care for them, right?
No, I with you 100%.
Yeah.
It's an amazing way to look at it.
This wasn't possible 2 months ago.
No. No, I just figured out like that it was even a thing. Like barely just figured out that this was even a thing.
This just happened. No one can claim to be an expert because it
Or
only
say,
is
"I've
just
never
happened.
seen anything like
Yeah.
this."
But we're
So this
Neither
is
have I.
darn good. Like it.
No, seriously, nobody, you see why nobody can claim to be an expert?
Just
The most they could say is like, I've been doing it for a couple months. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. I've been using ChatGPT for 20 years. No, you haven't.
That's true.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it confuses things. Like it'll confuse Hippo and Pit Crew, and I'll tell it,
Yeah.
you know, no, Pit Crew's out of business. And it'll go, oh yeah, I remember. I'm like, you remember? What? I thought you were
Well,
supposed to know.
but then multiple layers had to fail. So A, you probably didn't have the context that was stored down to .md files to allow it to take notes.
For sure.
B, you're probably relying upon memory, and memory is faulty. Memory only partially covers this because it has to selectively decide what to remember because it's where the 250,000 tokens or 500,000 tokens context window, right? C, model power. So if you choose a dumber model, it's not going to work as hard, or your effort level plus model, right? And then maybe D, the skill files, where it has to reason through a particular way of doing things that, like knowing Pit Crew versus Hippo, like that wouldn't come into play. So
I just started putting.
you can
skills
ask the
in.
AI to say like, okay, so you didn't remember Pit Crew, you got it confused. Tell me where in the stack you think this may have gone wrong and how do we fix it? Root cause analysis, root cause fix.
Yeah.
So it doesn't happen again. Anytime we see a problem, we always think, okay, how do we fix this so it doesn't happen again?
Root cause analysis, root cause fix.
Exactly. We wrote an article on what that is because we have the agents read that when they make a mistake, like here. So, you know what, ChatGPT is faster. So I can just say, I'll just do the chat here. Hey. Hey. Oh, hang on. Sorry. I gotta unmute. Hey. Can't I hear anything? Is it on mute still? Hello?
Yeah, I hear you. What's up?
So we were talking with Brittany, who's the queen of money here at Hippo, about agents that mess up and don't remember and make mistakes. And I wrote an article about root cause analysis, root cause fix. Can you find that?
Let me pull that up.
And while you're doing that, we've talked about recursive self-improvement, about how as the agents do work, they have to take notes in what we call meta articles. So that way we have a record and we can QA the work. And then we have another set of agents come in as managers and supervisors to be able to improve upon that and then update these skill MD files. So we can continuously improve. And thus the more times we do something, the better we're able to learn, and everyone can learn, not just from Hippo, but all the other home service businesses that are in our network. Can you find stuff around that too?
I'll check for that as well.
Come and say hi. Bring them in and say hi.
Okay. I was asking
You
about the
just
video.
reinforced
I'll have
its
Come in and see.
its
Yeah.
thought pattern with what you just said.
Yeah, because we want the agents to always be improving without me having to initiate. Hey, you made that mistake. Can you figure out how to not make that mistake again? We built it into its consciousness to always be improving.
This is Tony.
Hi, Tom.
Hey, how you doing?
He was sticking around to meet you, so.
I found your root cause analysis article, plus the meta article prompt and a worked example. The key is making the learning automatic. Every task writes a brief record, gets checked, and any miss triggers a proposed fix and a reviewer decision on updating the skill. So improvements stick by default.
Well, Brittany was saying sometimes the agents forget. Like, for example, is it Pit Crew versus Hippo Roofing? ChatGPT or Claude gets those confused.
Let me take a look.
Why?
She's right. Agents can mix names when context is missing. The fix is a required entity card at the start of each task that spells out Hippo Roofing, not Pit Crew, plus a final check before delivery. Longer term, bake that card into the learning system so each run loads the right entity by default.
We're also talking about how Obsidian is a way for agents to be able to take notes, because if we rely solely upon memory, that is porous and faulty, and we've got a limited context window. And I'd also mentioned how Obsidian can work in the background, where once we set up Obsidian with all the entities set up properly, no one needs to ever look under the hood or touch that again. Is that true? And explain that like a fifth grader.
Let me check that. Mostly true, but not set it and forget it true. Think of Obsidian as Hippo's filing cabinet and rulebook. Agents open the right folder before work and put a short note back after. That way they don't rely on memory. It can run in the background, but someone should still review and clean those notes occasionally, because things change and old instructions can become wrong. Simple rule: read before, write after, review now and then.
I have a daily job that's called Dennis OS, and it looks across all the projects, all my connections, all the meetings, all the companies and whatnot, and analyzes my network and helps me prioritize and strategize where I should put my time, where I should invest, people that I should be talking to that maybe I've neglected. And that is looking at my Obsidian, and in fact, it generates a graphical image showing my network. Does that fit in with what you're saying about the occasional analysis or checking back? And how might that fit for Brittany and our other friends at Hippo?
Let me look into that. Yes, that fits perfectly. Dennis OS is like a daily coach that reads the notes and points your attention to what matters most. For Hippo, build a simpler Hippo OS that checks leads, sales, jobs, reviews, and marketing. And for Brittany, a money view that answers where's cash coming in or leaking out this week. Agent checks daily, leaders review weekly, Bill and Wanda look at patterns monthly.
How does that fit with Bill? Because Bill's all about leads. He wants more leads coming in. And Mona is the one that Bill is tasked with the marketing to make sure this system is working. How might they create their own little OS, a personal assistant agent analysis Obsidian system?
Let me work through that with what I have. Give Bill and Mona two connected helpers. Bill's gives a quick, plain English morning summary of leads, sources, bottlenecks, and the one decision he needs to make. Mona's is the marketing workbench that ties every lead back to campaigns and proof and says what to publish, test, or stop next. Both pull from the same Obsidian facts, so Bill sees the decision, Mona sees the evidence and actions on it.
How does that work in deploying Obsidian across their organization? Because there are going to be items that occur that stay locally on their computers versus get deployed to the cloud for Obsidian across multiple people.
Let me check that setup. Think of it like three notebooks. First is your private notebook, stays on your computer for personal notes. Second is the Hippo Team notebook in the cloud, with company facts and lessons everyone needs. Third is a locked money notebook just for Brittany and the owners. The simple rule is private stays private, team safe info goes and shared, sensitive finance stays locked, and each agent only reads what it truly needs so nothing leaks or gets confused.
Now, if I upload the analysis that we did in Claude, so you could see the AI operating system we're installing, as well as the ads analysis that Amanda is working on. And I give you that context. Can you give me a little deeper analysis? But I need to give you these documents first, of course.
Right, I'll take a look once that's uploaded.
So then I can upload that stuff and we can keep going. So you just talk to it, right?
Yeah.
Garbage in, garbage out.
Garbage in, garbage out. I didn't realize Obsidian was a thing.
So Brittany didn't realize Obsidian is a thing.
Yeah, that happens.
Gonna be
Obsidian is
again.
basically a notes app that stores plain markdown files. You can use it locally or sync a shared vault for the team. If you want, once you upload those docs, I can tie the recommendation back to your AI operating system and Amanda's ads analysis.
But it sounds like this technical thing with all these markdown files, and I'm not technical in that way. Is this easy to do? It sounds
Totally fair.
complicated.
You don't have to think about markdown at all. It's just typing notes like in a normal doc. The markdown part stays invisible, unless you want to get fancy. For most teams, it just feels like a shared workspace with pages and links. We can set it up so it feels simple, and private things stay private.
Do you think I should give AI access to QuickBooks?
He's gonna say no, I asked it.
Let me take a look. QuickBooks Access can help a lot, but only with tight guardrails. Read only at first, no payroll or banking details, and no money moving without a human in the loop. So yeah, give it eyes first, not hands. And Brittany approves every financial action until everyone trusts the setup.
Well, Brittany can ask you questions because she's here in the room with us.
Perfect. Hi, Brittany. Ask away, and we'll keep it simple and safe.
Is it safer to connect QuickBooks or upload the CSV file of the profit and loss as a skill?
Let me check which is safer here. Uploading a limited CSV is safer to start. Don't put the CSV inside a permanent skill since that's private financial data. Keep the skill as instructions and just upload the latest P&L report when needed. After a few cycles, if it's helpful, we can revisit a tightly limited QuickBooks connection once everyone's comfortable. For now, clean CSVs first.
Yeah.
Well, who has questions?
Brittany, what decisions do you have to make in this week?
Daggone Terminator up there. Oh my God. Good.
All right. Well, there it is.
I talk to this thing constantly.
Yeah, it's great, isn't
Well, no, my husband threatened me with a divorce if I didn't shut my computer.
it? You're seeing another man?
Well, I didn't realize I could make it talk either. Now I'm gonna do that. And he's gonna be like, what the thunder?
Adam, leave us alone. I'm working.
Right? I'm talking to Claude.
But he's probably trying to watch a game or something. in a
Al,
tumble
open the
bed.
bay doors.
You have all the video you need.
I just want to implement. Anything that's in the way of us getting this stuff done, I want to clear those out of the way.
So we might have some people floating around out here that will be available to you, so I want to dismiss them.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
I
we-
think Tony was waiting.
They're-
Oh,
yeah, they want to say hello.
Oh, well, let's shoot some
He was
videos.
out there as well.